Come on. Let's get people in here. Join this game stream too. Why is it frozen? There we go. This is just the show match right now, so still like 20 minutes till it starts. Still got a bit. 17 minutes. The show match right now, yeah, this is won by our Ranger team. It's just a tiebreaker. It's cool they managed to show the tiebreaker. Henry, I think, had like 5 misses total or something like that. That I counted at least. Or so. Ooh. Wait, Henry? I think Henry has the best act in the match. Yep.
And that does it for the Grand Finals show match, the OWC World Cup 2025.
Oh, damn.
We're going to be running out.
Said 25 then.
We have to be here and leave.
So, I only watched like towards the end. And I saw him with like 700 combo or whatever. 600. So.
The main appetizer for every
Carl.
the Grand Finals between the United States and Poland.
Yeah. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys had a great show match. It was awesome for me to join you guys for this cast as a map pooler. Hope you guys
enjoyed the undone bed.
I think safe to say was really happy with how this turned out.
We ignored that.
You guys are excited for this match.
Nothing there.
Yeah, I just wanted to say as well, thank you guys all so much for being here, and thank you to all the OWC staff. I mean, this year has been so much fun to be a part of, and there's so
Blue
much
team
work
won.
that goes on behind the scenes. You guys
Rashir, if I pronounce that correctly. Henry, Riot, Bad Ball, Swig, Minor Field Surfer, Azer, Schiller, Pair, and Endura.
Versus Poland.
15 minutes.
Before the match, we've got some analysis for you. We're going to be starting 15 minutes early, so we're going to take a very, very short break, and we'll hand it right off to Dio and Chillier for some pre-match analysis.
And we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
We're waiting now, apparently. Who do you think's winning? I'd say USA has a chance of winning, but Poland's probably winning, honestly. Gotta switch over the lights. You know my pants. These pants don't really go over the hoodie. Ugh. Do you even see me like this? You do. Ugh. Boo. Scary cur. Alright. What are we waiting for now, bro?
Hello, everyone. We are back. That's right. Very short break today.
You're back.
I know all of you are maybe wondering the reason we are live here early today. We're going to do a little bit of pre-match analysis here for you. All a little bit of a talk, a little bit of a chat session. There is a lot to cover in this Grand Finals. These are two legacy teams. They've been here before, many years ago now, 8 years ago. And this Grand Finals is a repeat between two countries fighting for their chance at glory again. Pre-match analysis here going to be done by myself, Chillier Pair, joined by Dio and perhaps
this slide is not helping me, bro.
Grand Finals, Azer. Welcome to the Grand Finals, gentlemen.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here.
Slide level does not help me.
Another Grand Finals and looking forward to what I hope is a repeat of the winners' finals. We of course saw Poland beat the United States 7-6 in the winners' finals. So I am really looking forward to just how close this match is on paper between these two teams, and hoping that it ends up delivering just as we saw last week.
That's right. I think it's a very exciting day today. I mean, we just watched a show match. We let our testers have a little bit of fun. I think they worked really hard, but I think there's a much more important event that everyone's here for now. And I think hopefully everyone's excited to potentially witness a match that's going to be as good as the last one was last Friday.
And only dream of getting another tiebreaker in this match here today. And this is a grand finals, which means that bracket reset is on the board, which means we could see 2 tiebreakers here today. Now, I know I'm asking for a lot, but
2 tiebreakers would go crazy.
I think it's got to be that. I mean, this is the potential for the most peak matchup we have seen in at least a year since the United States was dethroned by South Korea last year in the grand finals. So a lot to go on. But in this first segment here, I think we're just going to go over some of the legacy notes between these 2 teams. These are countries who have been playing OWC through all the modern iterations of the tournament. So any of the statistics we list off for you in this section here are going to be from 2013 onward. So we are skipping any results from OWC's 1, 2, and 3, and only going through the ones that are
who'd I predict? Who'd I predict on?
Participated in every
Who'd I predict on?
one. So that is now 12 years of OWC between Poland and the United States, who both have some serious history in this tournament.
Who'd I
all the way
predict on?
back to 2013, Poland, they were a top team.
So
Very
much.
early iterations of the
Who'd I predict on?
They were a top 3 team for 2013, 14, and 2015, and before they ended up getting their first place in 2017, knocking the United States down. So they haven't quite been as high in the bracket ever since in most recent years that those here might know, 2019 onward or even 2018 onward. Poland has generally been a top 8 team at best. They placed top 6 in 2022, but that was their first time that they even made the finals in 6 years prior to that. So the fact that they're back on the podium this year is something we haven't seen since 2017. And
I'm gonna use everything I have. 1.7. Okay.
Yeah, this is their 4th podium finish, regardless of how it happens. Or sorry, 5th podium finish, regardless of how it happens. With those other 3 being 2013.
That's
14, and
everything I have.
Really
Come on, Poland.
A long time since we've seen Poland come into
Come on, Poland.
the OWC World Cup as a true top contender. You mentioned 2022. They were 4th place in 2022, and they in 2023 had a really interesting run as well. They had a lot of very, very good players. They seeded 2nd out of qualifiers, and then very famously, that's the first year that Australia made the podium. Well, Australia, they did that in part by knocking Poland down into the losers bracket in quarterfinals on tiebreaker. So Poland ended up actually facing the USA.
Australia was sad this OWC. They could have easily gone and won against USA, but
they had a tough match versus Australia.
Went to a tiebreaker
and then ran into USA in losers bracket because
you know what happened.
Also, the year that the United States got knocked down to losers bracket early in the quarterfinals as well. So both
USA went crazy. It did. They did. They were losing by so much, weren't they?
And of course, only one can get through.
Ending at 6-6, yeah.
Would win that year as well. So Poland ended up losing only to 2.
I mean, props to us.
The 3rd place team and the
props to USA for that. Like, fair game. Unless we find out one of them are cheating.
They have Milosh, who has been popping off
Milosh.
and looking really good all tournament long. They've had Nahus, who
fair game.
doing the same and especially looked good in that last match, the winners finals. And they've got some other players who are a little bit less known players like
Give me a second.
Shari Tori.
Let's switch on my light quickly. Oh, wait, nah, it's gonna be weird. I'm gonna see my room. Let's see if I can find a light here. Phone flashlight.
On it as well. It's a
flashbang.
Very good team for Poland.
I flashbanged.
USA still a very, very strong team. Took them to tiebreaker in winners finals, but USA coming into this match with a little bit of a disadvantage, despite the historical advantage they have against Poland, albeit a very slight one.
A slight disadvantage at that end. You know, the bracket reset is always a tough scenario because, of course, this being a double elimination tournament, meaning you need 2 losses in order to be eliminated. Poland currently going into this set with 0, the United States with 1. So there's that 50-50 chance that the United States has at dragging this one out to 1 loss each and bringing it to a bracket reset. And looking at the statistics between these two teams in terms of their overall matchups against each other, this is more than just a one-time legacy matchup. You know, everyone is really sort of thinking of that 2017 Grand Finals between the US and Poland, where the United States took 2 losses to Poland that year in the World Cup. They lost 6-7 in the finals, funny enough, the same thing that happened this year. And then they lost 5-7 in the bracket reset. So Poland did not actually go undefeated in the year that they won OWC. They actually ended up having to go all the way through to the second set. So they're maybe looking to be a little bit stronger with this star roster they have this year and looking to maybe avoid that bracket reset, keep themselves in a comfortable position. For the all-time stats on these teams, the United
Camera doesn't want to focus.
is a decorated team, as everyone here knows. They are one of only 2 teams in World Cup history to have an undefeated win in a World Cup. The only other of which is South Korea, who defeated the United States last year in the Grand Finals. They
Oh yeah, I remember that. Damn, I've been playing for a while now.
Lost to the US.
I feel like an unk.
And the United States in that time has gone 77-12 for maps won to lost in all of their matches. That is an 86.5% win rate across all maps they have ever played in a World
Things the
Cup.
US needs to win twice since losers record.
If you look at the stats for Poland, they don't look half bad. And
6 more minutes.
Not including this year's stats. They are 50-23
Holy
all-time,
millions
which is
of points there.
68.5%
Yeah.
win rate. So well above the median for what teams are expected to pull.
7.4 million points
they
total.
are going to display that for us here today with a roster.
That's a
I believe
lot of points.
Is the strongest that they have ever had.
It's all black now.
Besides the Grand Finals matchup,
Oh,
these
there you
teams
go.
have faced each other 7
Why
times
does it go
in
black?
total. The United States is currently
There you go.
4-3 against Poland in their matchups, thus making Poland 3-4 against the United States. So a 57% win rate versus a 43% win rate for the other side. In those 2 matchups, the United States and Poland have both won 11 maps against the other team. That's right. They have the same number of map wins across those matches. So Poland, despite taking an extra loss against the United States,
My
has
ear's
actually
cooked
won
today.
the same number of times.
It was good
Likewise, the
earlier
United
today,
States
but like
making up that difference
now it
on
looks
maps
cooked.
lost for Poland. They have 26 maps lost versus 20 for the United States. So a little bit of ground to cover in the overall matchups here, but Poland being 3-4, this is their opportunity to tie up this legacy matchup, maybe make this 4-4, and really bring back a dynasty we have not
4 more
seen
minutes.
in a long time.
4.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see exactly
How
how this
I don't know how the
plays
meme goes.
out. And I don't even think you can call it.
I think it goes like
Yes, we
this.
saw Poland take it in
Foul.
tiebreaker versus the USA in finals.
Foul.
But it's a tiebreaker match. It's as close as it gets. If you watched that match, you'll know that there were many maps that were less than 100,000 score difference between the two teams.
I don't
even
know.
when they were just trading points back and forth. So it was not only very close in map score, it was also very close map to map in that winners finals that went to the tiebreaker.
Put all my points here, bro.
And this
I
as
contributed.
well
I put that.
is
I went
a
that.
much harder
Blah, blah.
schedule. The
I put
USA
that
already
into one
has
more
an extra
percentage.
round of practice on it. Poland,
Totally me
yes,
and not
they have
like
that winner's bracket
someone did
advantage,
put
but the
5
USA
trillion
can take
points
that
in
extra
there.
practice and hopefully work some magic with it to get a little bit of a better chance in this.
Is Emmerich also live streaming this? He is.
Who's fucking excited?
I am.
First USA, this is what we've been fucking waiting for all fucking year. Alright? This one match, this grand finale match, who's gonna win OWC?
Not New Zealand.
Will win the crown.
Chicone playing he is.
Been here. So, with that, I think that's all the time we have for analysis. 3 minutes until we kickstart this matchup. Poland
focusing.
versus the United States. The #1 seed versus
Focus,
the
goddamn
#2
camera.
seed starts in just 3 minutes. We will see you on the other side.
The camera won't focus. This looks cool. Oh, this is nice.
Long ago,
Whoa.
time spoken of only in history books, a dynasty was
Whoa.
forged through its prowess in battle, in a melody of fury and war. But a throne claimed through war always invites future challengers. That dynasty would defend its throne time and again, falling only once to an invading army and allowing them the royal court. Though the throne was lost, it was quickly reclaimed in a year, creating ghosts of the former royal court in the process, with only one sage left to tell the tale of destruction in their wake. Kings rose and fell throughout the years, but all within that same dynasty, fending off all invaders from across the world, no matter the strength of their generals, no matter how decorated or how famous. They would face down bubbles of azure, rebounding.
Bubbles of azure. I see just bubble man there. It's the only person I saw.
Omega, trounced the world's greatest hero in prominence, escaped through the looking glass during tough battles before bringing judgment on their foes, and finally released their opposition from the hallucination of victory brought on by a neighbor to the north, until finally one battalion proved too much to bear for the longest standing dynasty in history. Now these monarchs have fallen, though the last to claim the throne is gone, wiped from the face of battle by mightier foes.
Well, it needs to win.
A
But that's my
dynasty
other country.
does not die in one generation, but the remnants of a past royal court have returned with a hero of legend to contest the dynasty once more.
Nah, bro, this slide ain't
After
doing me
traveling
justice.
across the world, pulling the sword from the stone, accumulating
Okay, I'm too
badges
late.
of honor, training
tired
for
for
this
this.
very moment, all the while, the phantom hero led his team as general alongside the one remaining sage from the last court in a battle leaving an inorganic dystopia.
What are those badges?
Now temporarily on the throne, the hero is
that's just
challenged
Mike
once again
Wazowski's.
by the combined efforts of a dynasty eager to reclaim their place on the throne, expected to rule through the excellence shown across all 8 years of their reign. The dynasty, defeated once again in battle by their greatest foe and one of only 2 armies to best them in war, engage in battle one last time, even at a disadvantage, in a last bid for the right to rule once more. Will the most decorated war veteran of all time finally claim the throne and reseat the ghosts of the past atop the world for the second time?
Why is this
Will the
cinematic?
American dynasty reclaim its place at the top and prove the strength of their full forces once more? Poland versus the United States. The most decorated player.
What the hell is
the
cinematic,
most
bro?
decorated team in history. One last battle for a year atop the world. One last match in the OWC World Cup 2025. Welcome to the Grand Finals.
If you'd all like to move to the dance floor. Move to the funky beat.
Welcome back, everyone, to
Thank
the
you.
OWC World Cup 2025 Grand Finals. It's time for the very last match of the tournament, the conclusion everyone has been waiting for. The
Give you goosebumps?
2 teams slated to make it to the top ever since the beginning of the tournament. Poland, your number 1 seed, versus the United States, the number 2 seed, and the greatest team in the history of the OWC World Cup. I'm Dio. I am joined by Chillier Pair and Azer for the very last cast in the very last match of the tournament.
It's a big one. It's a big one. It's the main event. We're finally here, and honestly, there's no way to predict who's really on top here. These 2 teams look so even right now, and there's just so many angles they have to play around. We've already seen the USA play against Australia earlier. We've seen them play around Boshi, man, running a lot of crazy plays on Nomad on all the free mod picks that they're tending to play around, and there's a lot of questions about whether or not, like,
I feel like he's doing something crazy.
Against the USA, man.
Nah, he's not.
Is Poland gonna be playing a
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame.
I said I like small girls.
great intro talking about
What?
Yeah.
What?
supported in his team with me
I
on
enjoy
the
people
news.
that are
Sherry
take
Torre
care
has
of
been
themselves. Like
filling
they're
for a lot of
Wait,
people.
what is the context?
like a normal
Particularly
human
looks pretty
being,
good, so
and not big.
I'm really excited to watch.
What is this context?
That's
I
different.
kind of talked about it a little bit before, but if you've
Like
been
it's
watching
shot.
the World
No.
Cups right around the time that I have,
No.
you know that
And
this
you say
You can't compare these.
I said I like
Grand Finals. It's something we've seen in the past, but after a period of 8
Well, I need context.
People in different
I need context.
That's the one.
in my time.
Thank you,
And the
Bonus.
United
I'm
States
glad. I
have
hope
done a
you
great
enjoy it.
job fighting
On
back
stream too.
I need
Took a loss to
context. I
Poland
just joined a
in the
set. We
finals
were
with a
talking. There's someone
tiebreaker
added a
in
quote
very
from like
close fashion.
2014
Had to fight their way
on the
down
stream,
through the
Kirkle.
third place
Alright.
match. Another tiebreaker.
It's a reference to how I probably at the time I like short
And now
girls.
Poland in the exact same position.
You clipped it. Send
But
that.
I
Send
was
that
not
to
very
me. Send that to me.
explicit in my English language at the time.
Nah, but I ain't watching that.
And a bracket
Nah,
set
no.
behind them means that the United States of America has their work cut out for them today. And as we work through these bans, we're
Alright.
see all of those major skill sets eliminated here. Afterburner from the United States, get that tech out of there. Big sliders, high intensity. We all know what the Polish roster is.
HE2 and HR2
extremely confident in those more gimmicky
are
skill
banned.
sets.
Yeah, definitely just scared of Malashevsky on that one. I think that was the one name that people were mostly looking at for that map. Not going to be seeing it today. And Poland answering that with Hidden 2 as well. I think you could say just about the same. If there's one team that's left out of every team in the tournament that's going to be
Can
good on a
Mike
map
not
like
play?
this, it's
Can
gonna
oh
be
wait,
the
no, it's
US
not
with
only Mike
Washington, Ethan
Wazowski.
Tricks
It's just
and,
like
and Caleb on this.
Mike
I think
Wazowski, no,
that's pretty
Malashevsky.
notable and pretty scary. So not dealing with that. Hard Rock 2 also going to be taken out there. So no precision tech. And that is kind of interesting to me because it kind of highlights something that's been pretty interesting if you look at the drafts and what between these two teams and the types of things that they tend to prioritize. They seem to have a lot of like mutual respect for the potential that the other team also has on all of the typically extreme skill sets, all the gimmick, all the speed, the tech stuff. They seem to kind of be trading picks and bans all the time depending on like
DT1
individual maps or something like that. So it's a pretty interesting aspect of these two teams, I think, that are kind of looking to play around more or less the same skill sets for the most part. And it's actually pretty hard to determine, strategically whether or not you have an advantage on picking some of these when the
Why is
other
it
team
black?
also probably looking to play those same things, right? So most notably here, I think USA going to be running out their bans with DT1, so not going to be seeing that one. But it is, I think, the first Grand Finals in I don't even know how many years now, probably 5 years or something, where all the speed's up.
Wait.
Is this the first time? There's no speed bans.
I think he sent me the
That's
clip.
gotta be a new one. I mean, there's always one team in the Grand Finals that absolutely terrorizes the mechanics pool, and it's so interesting, like you said, to see that these two teams are again showing the respect to the more niche skill sets, the gimmick, the precision, the reading, the aim control, more so than the mechanical skill sets. And I don't know if that just
I feel like he's doing something crazy. Nah, he's not. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame.
I said I like small girls.
What? What?
I enjoy people that are take care of themselves. Like they're
Wait, what is the context?
like a normal human being and not big.
I'm really excited to watch this.
What is this context?
That's
I
different.
kind of talked about it a little bit before, but if you
Like it's shot. No.
Crazy.
This is really interesting. So, I mean, I was just saying both of these teams are looking to play around the same things. And, I mean, I fully expected the USA to pick this after Boshiman, I think, notably did pretty good on the Nomad. And the rest of the team also did pretty good on the rest of this as well, running 2 Hard Rocks instead of USA. But Poland going to be first picking this
My
one
camera
here.
quality is really bad
I
compared
think
to
this is a map that is probably
what I see
a
on
fairly long
OBS.
one, right? 4.5 minutes here of mostly consistency.
Oh, also
density
live hype
aim
trains
for the
at
most
level
part,
5.
something that
Damn.
Malashevsky pretty much likes a lot. You're probably going to be seeing Koshiara here come in to tank the Hard Rock. And
Alright,
probably-
first
honestly,
map, first map,
Malashevsky
first
might
map.
actually be taking a hidden on this. Density aim is pretty good for him, and we're probably
I believe.
likely to see maybe
I believe.
Milosh and Shiritori, Evil Grape on this on the Nomad. And I mean, last time against Australia, for the side of USA, yeah, it was Taquito on the hidden. and they ran double hard rock on this with Decaded and Rectagon, which they've somehow been doing that a lot.
I don't know how to do the Rasputin
so we'll
dance.
see if they run that back here. But this is a map I think that for you know, it's outside of the density part of this. I think if you're taking a mod, it's fairly comfortable.
It's my chair.
You know,
Here's my chair.
If you're good at hard rock mechanics, I think it's a good map.
Smiley Chef gonna cook.
You
mean Mike Wazowski? I feel like he is.
In my mind, the United States has, you know, generally been known to run that overmod on.
It's 7.56 stars. I mean, it is
the last time they played against Poland, they actually
this dude gifted 5 subs.
Overmods that we usually see from them on free
W, did I get the sub? I did not.
Winners finals that they opted out of it. And I don't know if that was map pool based or whether
a little 5 complete.
didn't want to take any chances against Poland, but I imagine if we see that same United States, maybe they do avoid the double, you know, overmod on some of these maps. I don't know if this will be one of them because removing that density does favor a lot of these US players. And if Poland is picking into what they're expecting,
I'm gonna make my camera smaller so you can see them.
And it does look like they are keeping the same mods as last time. Rectagon, Decaton, and Taquito going up against Nahus on the hidden.
I'm move myself up here.
On the hard rock here.
Don't know.
Of course, Malashevsky and Evil Grape up on the no-mod, looking for those confident no-mod combos from the top end.
I don't
as we get into
like
map
occupies
one,
much space.
All starts here.
Does that look fine? Am I too small?
All starts here for this Grand Finals. Early breaks there for Costa Rec on the hard rock, but nothing to write home about.
Oh, Rectagon already broke.
Pretty consistently difficult until about a third of the way through.
That's good. All right.
Match for Rectagon, Taquito, and Evil Grape. Shari Tori there, the name change.
Rectagon broke kind of early.
Poland, so one no-mod and one hard rock remaining for the United States. One no-mod, one hidden remaining for Poland. With Malashevsky and Nahu still holding, Boshiman and Decaton still holding, and trades for the remaining 4 players in the lobby. Another break to come through for Taquito on that hidden for the US. But the recoveries for Poland doing a little bit better here in this first quarter. As Decaton falls, that's another full combo down for the United States. Nahu's to trade, and it's 1v1 right now. Malashevsky versus Boshiman.
I'm just looking at myself in the mirror.
Boshiman was the top scorer.
Camera doesn't really catch it.
Versus Australia, and he's looking to try and do it once again, but going up against the best player regarded in the world in Malashevsky. And it should be noted, Poland going into pick number 1.
Malashevsky and Boshiman only
one of their
FCUs.
top performing players, so it does speak to the absolute confidence
Taquito and the cat
roster going into this match, knowing that they have a roster that's going to be able to compete. Now, there are breaks on both sides here. It does favor Poland overall, but again, it's the supporting combos meaning absolutely nothing right now. Rectagon just above 200, but it's barely going to pull back score, and it's all going to come down to this now. Bashi, Malashevsky, 99.9 versus
whoever breaks first in Malashevsky, in Boshiman or Microsoft, whoever breaks first, the other one.
We saw yesterday, and as we approach the halfway point in the map, Dio, this starts to get dangerous.
Yes, it does. There's a slider.
I believe Microsoft FCs.
Just trip some people up.
Imagine they both FC. That'd be crazy.
Really high spacing.
Michael Zosky will FC for sure. I think.
However you want to look at it, here's that slider stream. Neither of them break on it. They're both able to hit it.
Boshiman might. Honestly.
There. And
yeah,
now we get into this next TI time. Nahu's next to break on the hidden. Decaton to trade
Taquito, no.
Also falling.
Rectagon is the only
combo. Still left standing for each.
Oh. No, Boshiman broke. Rectagon though. No, Rectagon broke too. Yeah, GG's. USA lose.
Standing alone, he finds the break as well.
But everyone broke.
Now it's just a scrap fight.
USA wins this one.
Ending. Both teams holding pretty much the exact same team score. 7K, 8K lead for the US, slightly climbing due to the misses from Poland, but no combo anywhere on any member going into the last third of this map. And this
highest combo here is from Rectagon.
To a super close start in this match, as everyone
Rectagon just needs to hold on to combo for just maybe 600 total.
Over to the side of the United States on Poland's first pick, now up to 20K.
Malashevsky is catching up.
Movement there on that score bar as
Yahoo's has a bit less than Rectagon. Rectagon just hold.
Rectagon to hold.
Rectagon did not hold.
And Malashevsky to hold. Rectagon does find the miss, but Decaton and Bashi are matching those combos from
Decaton broke.
Shari Tori. There goes Decaton, there goes Shari Tori, and once again,
Malashevsky highest
versus Malashevsky going into the ending.
Boshi Man
Come on, Poland, you can turn the tables.
Yesterday, Dio, it was the big carry.
You just need to hold the combo.
They're going in, they're improving the scores even, and all of the supporting combos
Come on, Poland.
are dropped now on Poland as they lose
Come on, Poland.
in the last couple seconds here. Now 3 with Evil Grape.
Come on, Poland.
Cannot do this.
Wait a minute, everyone.
The United States
No.
Valashevsky misses.
USA wins this. Wait, no.
It's 35k and
Wait.
misses.
No, not doable, not doable.
Finding misses, but so does Nahu's the biggest combo, and I think this 50k might just stand
GG's.
on number 1. The United States riding on the back of Boshi Man. Valashevsky trying his best, the top score in the entire lobby, and it might just be a break point. The score is going
for the
back
first
to
round.
Poland ever so slowly. It's 34k,
Well played.
and I think we're out of time. Rectagon finds a miss, but so
We're
does
gonna see how this
Valashevsky,
looks on
and that
stream.
is it. A
Feel like
break
it's-
point on map number 1.
I feel like the camera's small. Why am I like a goddamn dot there? The camera quality is trash.
Post map. Oh my god, man.
Like damn.
Boshi pulling up
I
on
got that
this
dot
one
there.
though. Guys, it's really hard to match Malashevsky on anything, and Boshi just really, when it's needed here, is going to be able to do it. I mean, fully expected that. I think from the last match that they played on these free mods, Boshi is just so good. And after this, I'm definitely expecting USA to follow this up with the free mod too, because Boshi really
Slightly
good
bigger,
looks
it's fine.
good on that one, and I think that is probably one of their better maps that's left here. And I think it's good to leave Rectagon on Decane as well to keep familiar with the Hard Rock here. They got their warm up out of the way, but yeah, I mean, losing your first pick like that, I mean, someone must have had a crazy score in their locals there. I mean, probably Malashevsky.
Right.
Right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think you're expecting him to FC the blow-in map, right?
Yeah, not gonna end up working out though. So gonna be opening this with a break point, and USA now finds themselves in a good position, and they're not going to go for Knight of Knights here. They are going to go for Panagia, which is also, I think, a pretty good pick for them. I mean, these players, honestly, on both teams, again, I'm gonna keep saying this, these teams are really evenly matched in terms of what they're looking to play. And so when you're looking at this very, map that just screams, this is hidden tech, this is just the hidden tech map, there's Malashevsky in here still, right? Like, there's a lot of really good players on the Poland team, but USA is going to be running this, I think, with Ethan Trix, who's going to come in for a couple maps, but this is going to be one of them. Taquito as well on this. Looked really good. I think dropped 500k on this against Australia, and probably going to see Caleb come in for this one as well, who we don't see too much of. Definitely one of the more specialized players who's only going to be playing 1 or 2 maps, I think, but when he's in the lobby, I think there's an impact to be made.
This was one of those maps in the match yesterday, and we're sort of drawing some parallels here. That first map, under 40,000 score difference. Now, not quite as close as US versus Australia yesterday, which started off with 2 sub-20k score gaps on...
This is HD2, right?
Otherwise.
No.
This was...
What HD is this?
A pretty solid performance from the United States overall.
Look.
Taquito looked really good. Decatur found
Malashevsky
one
gets a good
very
score in this for
unfortunate
sure.
break in the middle. Ethan Trix brought up the other side, and then Caleb a little bit further behind, but still almost at that 300,000 score line. Meanwhile, Australia, I mean, it was very much MREC on that map. I mean, a 763k is going to win your team the map every single time. And the question we are really looking for on Poland right now, and it's something that we are going to probably see a lot in this match going forward that we didn't see on map number 1, which is Malashevsky and Milos both being in the lobby together, let alone Nahus and Evil Grape, who are exceptional hidden players. That is that duo that has been terrifying for Poland this year. And if you get both of them in on a map that they're confident on, well, you basically got like 1.5 MRECs between the two of them alone. And now you start to get to that worrying point for the United States here, where do they step up and give that score gap that they maybe lost by again yesterday? And we have yet to see what's going to happen on a hidden pick.
Yeah, I think the important part here for Poland too is their supporting players on this are pretty good. Obviously, you're looking at Malashevsky and Milosh on this, but
Taquito is getting covered by my camera, by the way.
Do
just
some
so you guys
damage
know
on
who it
this
is.
one here, so we might be looking at another breakpoint deal here. I wouldn't be surprised.
I definitely would not be, and I think this pick is really interesting. The United States in the last couple of matches has really preferred that.
There's
Hard Rock
a
tool.
singular SS.
This
Oh,
first
never
pick
mind.
hidden is definitely an interesting one, but they have some very, very good hidden players on this team. And they're off to a good start. Some early breaks here for Nahus and not Milosh. Actually, that was Bancho. Just Nahus here with that early break for Poland.
C also broke.
Full rosters: Malashevsky, Nahus, Milosh, and
Milosh
Evil
also
Break,
broke.
for Poland.
Everyone's break.
Caleb and Taquito in for the United
Ethan
States.
Tricks. Ethan Tricks. They got the only ones
also
FC.
goes down, and everyone on Poland has fallen early on here in the first quarter of the map. It's Ethan Tricks and Decaton still holding on to the FC. There goes Ethan Tricks, and everyone is going down all over the place. No combo held for anyone in this lobby aside from Decaton. He finally drops the full combo, a full third of the way into this map, and this is a relatively short one. It is only 2.5 minutes. So this 90k score lead is gonna do some work for the United States. Malashevsky has the best combo, but he misses as well on this build-up section. And now halfway into the map, it's the USA with a 100k score lead and no combo anywhere for either team.
I was about to say that you don't really want to see those top scores on the United States as the lowest combo, but as the recoveries come through, Caleb and Taquito and Decaton, all three of them matching the recovery combos from Poland. As we pass the halfway point in the map and Milo's chain misses the big stream, Caleb and Decaton both traded out. It's Taquito fighting a battle alone right now, but as Evil Great breaks, it gives him just a little bit more breathing with a third of the map left to go. Taquito is missed in the United States, now finds a full reset, and it all lands on Nahus and Malashevsky, and now both of them find a break. There's nothing Poland can do. They pulled back 100,000 score, and it's gone in an instant.
Those combo breaks for Malashevsky and Nahus could not happen if they wanted to break point back on this first pick from the United States, because no one is able to hold for Poland, neither the carry players nor the support there on the bottom row. The United States with 2 300Ks from Decaton and Taquito, alongside some really solid scores from Ethan and Caleb, going to be converting on their first pick. It's still a close map for sure. It's still less than 100k difference, Chillier, on this pick.
It's pushing.
And we are blessed with 2 incredibly close maps to start this out. There goes a huge chain at the end for Poland.
It went back like 60k there.
Rockets up to 160k for the United States to end off that map, holding on to that really difficult ending section and not finding those chain misses. Near 400k for both Taquito and Decaton, completely top scoring the lobby. Big reason why the United States were able to convert there.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too?
Next one goes for Poland.
The United States scores a lot lower than what they did last time. I mean, Taquito dropped 524,000 points yesterday. So, you know, maybe even below what they expected to run this, and they're still able to win on this. So I wonder what that really says about the state of this lobby right now. I think people are really nervous. And I think we have yet to really see, you know, both of these teams really show up on these. I think they're still kind of warming up, and I'm really interested to see how much
well played second round.
You know, Grand Finals on a very hype World Cup overall, I think is going to affect a lot of people on nerves here, right? So,
what are gonna?
We'll have to see what they go with afterwards. It's going to be Poland picking next, and I think on paper here for this Poland team, I would expect them to try. Or at least kind of dip their toes into some of the more like mechanics-centered picks. I was looking at DT1 before the USA banned it, so maybe that tells me that this might be a good angle to be looking at. So
I don't know why. I feel like USA is going to pick DT1
against them. So definitely expecting at some point to be seeing this No-Mon-1 pick, but we are
HD1.
Not, actually. We're going to be continuing with the hidden. See, they're just they're just trading picks over and over. So RIP here, map by Pedal. We're gonna be seeing some 270 BPM alt aim here. It's a good one. This map is really good, Chillier.
Well, this map is honestly one of my favorite songs in the entire pool. There is just something special about seeing this played in a match right now, and I was sad to see it not picked in the show match, but I sort of knew we would get to see it here. So there's really no question in my mind.
Staged!
It was in sort of like a private watch party for the match that we had seen versus the United States and Australia, you know, on Friday night or Saturday for those that are otherwise. But
Hoodie makes it look like I'm just like someone with a head
this match,
and hands.
Winning for
oh my god, flying hands.
Over the United States, whose next closest was 560K on Decaton. And the first thing I said when that map finished is, wow, Malashevsky could probably FC this map and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think that's an important narrative for this match, I think, is based on how the USA played this previous match that they played. I don't think any of them particularly had any standout
that loud?
performances on any. Like, there's no major carries. Nothing was ever close
hope
to
it
an
was.
FC, which is it's gotta mean something when you're against Malashevsky, right? You've seen that it meant something when you're against a player like Emrek, who was able to put up these FCs. So while I think the USA in general, everyone's playing really good, I don't think, looking at it from an outsider perspective, or maybe from the perspective of Poland here, I don't think they necessarily have someone that looks like they can match Malashevsky, who I think is going to just have a wonderful old time on this, right? So I think being in that position, if you're Poland here, if you're picking these maps that you think is going to have, the potential of an FC making a big difference here, it makes a lot of sense when you look at this pick. And I think they're pretty well supported on this one. I think the rosters for this are actually going to be
Golf.
changing. We're going to be seeing Pez.
Oh, he
for
spelled
the
golf
USA.
instead
I
of
believe
good luck.
Ethan
Have
Trix-
fun.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ethan Trix was playing this instead of Pez against Australia. So
Golf.
slight
Disappeared there
change
for
for
a
them.
second. I don't know if you guys
and
can see it on stream.
yeah, I think
Oh,
Poland here
damn.
with a pretty nice looking
Nice
roster
first
here.
slider.
Malashevsky with Nahus, Milosh, and Kosciarek as well. So should be a good one too.
Bancho lagging to start. Okay.
Late start. Hidden 1. It's you, man. Rip right now. Malashevsky, Nahus, Milosh, Evil Grape going up against Dekaton, Rectagon,
Oh,
Pez, and
Broke.
Taquito. United States
Yeah,
took a
it's
loss
broke.
on this map yesterday by a not super close margin. So if Poland can look and sort of execute this the way that we think they should, it's going to be a good one for them. Milosh, known for being amazing at this sort of pick. Malashevsky, no shying away from aim
Right.
maps there, and Evil Grape bringing it back with the combo
Actually,
still. Couple of breaks
actually,
on the United
why am I
States
opening
starting
my
off.
mouth? Actually,
Yeah.
Actually-
Still a lot of map left to go, though. This is 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It's got a lot of combo all throughout. We've got a couple of dip spikes throughout this map as well, and none of the in-between sections are particularly easy, as we've seen. A break for Dekaton going into the first PI time here, quarter of the way in or so. Taquito the next to follow it up, and still now just 2 full combos. Sharitori there dropping for Poland. Evil Grape on the bottom right. It's Pez and Rectagon holding for the United States, but it's Malashevsky and Milosh still on the double FC. And
now.
now who's on this big
100K.
combo after that first PI time, a third of the way in, and Poland are looking fantastic on this hidden one.
Nearly halfway there
As
now.
expected, Poland, amazing
Damn.
team, a great hidden
Everyone
team.
has
All of their top level
crazy
players have
accuracy right
demonstrated
now.
excellence on this style of map previously. And
Oh,
the
Pez
second
broke.
We saw this map, we knew exactly
Nearly
how this one
200K
would go
difference.
for Poland, and you can only predict as much
Yeah,
as
Rectagon
possible
had
in here,
to
when it
hold
comes
or
to a
else they're
couple of
cooked.
Unfortunate breaks, but if there's one thing Poland is never going to let you down on, it is hidden aim.
Pez broke again.
I mean, clearly they've got 2 people who haven't let anything down so far, still holding on to that double FC for Malashevsky and Milosh.
Oh, Evil
halfway
broke.
into the map now. And Nahu's on the
Taquito broke, I didn't even notice.
100 combo back from an FC as well, going into the second PI time now. And the USA, I mean, Rectagon is still holding here. He's matching that combo from Nahu's on the reverse choke. But the double FC is unmatched for the United States. No
Nearly
one
400K
able to
score
put up
difference,
anything
damn.
close. And there goes
Taquito
Rectagon.
broke,
Somehow
Rectagon, and
still,
Dekaton,
no
everyone!
for
Full
any
reset!
combos on Poland. Finally,
Full reset!
goes down. It's Nahu's to drop, but the double FC still stands, and all
This could go
these
to
other
Poland.
combos have broken in this lobby
Bro.
chillier. Poland is absolutely demolishing the
500K
United States on this map.
different.
It is not going to be close whatsoever. Malashevsky
600K.
and Milosh, 2 of the best hidden aim players.
Quarter of the
in
map
this
left.
tournament's full stop,
I don't know.
playing their sheer
Did mine go to
dominance
US?
on this map right now?
US might win this.
The hard part too? Oh my god.
Wait.
There's just
US might
never
win
any
this.
doubt, really. These 2 are absolutely tearing it up right now. It's an 800K score lead, and
Damn, it's gonna get to 1 million, wait. I wanna see this get to 1 million.
Generate a big enough score lead that they would only need 3 players to be able to beat the United States. There
No,
is
it doesn't
1 million
reach-
score
oh, wait,
lead
no!
for Poland.
It does!
And that is officially 3v4. 2 FCs, you only need 1 from Poland in order to beat this team score from the United States. And this is not even that bad of a team score for the US. Double 500K is about what they got the last time that they played this. It's just that Poland completely blowing
Damn.
every other team score this week so far.
Malashevsky gets 99.13 AC, by the way.
Malashevsky and Milosh, which is absolutely absurd.
Damn, Yakuza's AC was
on this and thought
so good.
Ridiculous. No,
I mean, it's hundreds. He missed more. He has 14 times, but like, still, he missed towards the start
3v4
and towards the end.
It's a 2v4 in grand finals.
Damn.
I don't know if we've
OWC,
ever
yes.
seen that. This is kind of ridiculous.
Damn.
Double FC on this. I mean, we were watching this when it was played
Damn.
before, and we were like, oh, this map looks a little easy and comfortable. Like, surely there's going to be a lot of FCs, but it kind of, you know, watching the previous match on USA Australia here,
I don't know why.
no one was really close.
Prediction, DT1.
It didn't really look like
Goddamn,
it was,
HR3.
that easy, but I mean, Malashevsky
HR3.
and Milosh here putting on an absolute clinic, and a much needed point for them here. We've only seen, I think, one FC in Grand Finals yesterday. I believe it was only one on No Mod 2, and now we just saw 2 on 1 map. It's kind of ridiculous, and that's going to be answered with a Hard Rock 3 on the side of the USA here, going to be into some very high BPM Hard Rock alt, some 190 BPM snappy.
I'm going to get some water.
Really difficult in the Kiais here. I don't believe. No, actually, this was played.
Getting some water.
In US Australia. But I think this was also more of the same. Basically, everyone on this team had around 400k. The gap between first and fourth on this team is like 50,000 points. So pretty consistent performance across the board here. I think on the USA side, you're going to be seeing Decaden. You're seeing Decaden, Rectagon, Pez, and Window Life probably come in for his first map today, I believe. On Poland, what do you think, Joe?
You know, I don't know what to think about the Polish roster for a map like this, just because, you know, it is aim heavy, but it's also surprisingly awkward and dense for a Hard Rock 3. You know, you don't normally expect these quick snap back and forth patterns on a Hard Rock pool, which generally tends to be either wider or more highly spaced. And the uncomfortable aspect of this is something that does make me question whether or not both of these teams are going to have that confident roster. You know, we've seen the US be good at Hard Rock maps, and even though they looked really good as a team on this yesterday, they definitely still struggled with the majority of this map in terms of holding prolonged combos. So it's basically going to be the same story. Does Poland have a confident player on this map, and do they have the support to back them up, which was what we looked for against the United States in the third place matchup, where they were so closely scored on their 4-player roster. But if they go up against another team who has somebody who's really good at this sort of thing, they're in the danger zone.
Well, I do think, looking at the finals match between both of these teams here, the USA picked all 3 of the Hard Rock picks in that pool, which is not significantly that much easier than this one. Like, they're pretty comparable in difficulty, and they've basically won all 3 of them. Hard Rock 1 was and 2 was a 300k difference. The Hard Rock 3 in that pool was a little bit fancy. It was not much of a standard map as much as this one is, but that one was quite close, and I think Malashevsky only had 1 slider break on this. So on a map like this, I think it could still be very close, but on paper, you're going to probably be looking at USA having a pretty good time on this one.
See if they do indeed have that good time. This one, another map about 3.5 minutes-ish. We've got a pretty difficult section right there at the start and a bunch of combo breaks to take stock of. Nahus, Milosh, and Kosirek all finding breaks. Malashevsky also breaking afterwards in this slower section. It's 2 full combos for the US, Rectagon and Pez, with Window Life and Decaden breaking near the start there. And Decaden finding another trade here, almost a quarter of the way in now. And about 1/3 of the way in, we're going to get this next big spike coming up, this next Ki time to start off in this map. And from there, you're going to expect a lot more of these breaks to come through. Right now, everybody just building up their combos, and into this first Ki time.
Wait a minute.
Everybody's still holding here at the start. There goes Pez, the first to drop the US. Rectagon to trade it out as well. Nahus also finding the drop on the side of Poland, but it's 3 misses for the US already. Decaden finding
I think Window Wife is the only
trio
FC.
holding strong for Poland is bringing
Water,
the score lead back
ice
ever
cup.
so slowly. It's coming back. It's not a ton of
Wait, it's going back.
combo for Poland, but if they
No,
continue to hold,
wait.
it's going to go back their way. But no, Milosh
It's coming back to Poland.
the drop, and it's the 1v1.
Wait, back to
Malashevsky
US.
versus Window Life on this Hard Rock 3 after that first Ki time is over. both of them holding these big combos out of that first difficult section in this map.
I bought 3
This
oranges
is the
too,
scenario
by the
that
way.
I was a little bit worried about for the United States. They're
3
doing
oranges
well
is
to
gonna be
hold on
my
right now, but it's
fight.
just
He's
Window
gonna be
Life fighting a battle
5th
on
orange
his
of the
own
day.
against Malashevsky.
But, like, I love
the
oranges.
second either of these players breaks, this flies over to the other side, and this is what happens when
Peel the
you've got a
goddamn orange.
player who's really good at a map. It makes all the difference in the world, and luckily for the United States, Window Life pulling out some heroics despite being the bottom score on this in the previous match versus Australia, but it's still Malashevsky to find the break.
Window,
Life
everyone!
breaks immediately, and now the supporting combos are barely off to Kate and Nahu's trade at the same time as well.
Rectagon and
Luciano
Pez,
finds
wait.
the break, and there goes Poland, but Rectagon to miss,
Poland,
and it all
GG's.
falls to Pez now.
Third
Final
point
third
to
of
the
the
US.
map. It's the only thing supporting this lead for the United States right now, and it's ever so slowly going to creep in their favor, but certainly not by a margin that they would be comfortable with. It is all down to this one
they aren't
combo
winning this.
again for the United States. Hold on. Milos finds a miss on the pause
Rip.
pattern, and Pez might have just brought this one home.
Those stop and go pause streams are so deceptively difficult, and Pez able to hit them, able to bring this combo into the last PI time, into the last difficult section of this map, showing the roster depth for the United States. That narrative has truly borne fruit over and over again this World Cup, of the
GG's.
carry players on the other team versus the roster depth for the United States. It's not just one, but 2 massive scores for the US here. 500k, the top score of the lobby
Usually gets
for
it.
Window
Yeah.
Life, but also
200K
460k,
scored
nearly
early.
matching Malashevsky for Pez. And yes, Malashevsky's probably going to get to that 500k mark, does in fact get just above 500k right before the end of the map, but it's not going to be quite the top score, and it's not going to measure up to what is needed to take this breakpoint from the United States. That extra roster depth,
This game,
so
combo game.
good for them. Pez and Rectagon both outscoring Milosh, the second best score on Team Poland. And then, of course, Decaton also outdoing Nahus for
GG's,
the
well
fourth
played,
score
USA.
for both of these teams. It just shows the United States, that narrative that we talk about with their roster depth, being able to fluidly switch out members every
USA's
single
second
map and
highest
have it
combo
work
nearly
for
reached,
them, is actually their strategy in
highest
these
combo in
matches.
this,
They don't just have that one
Pez's
big carry
combo
player
nearly
for
reached
the entire
Malashevsky's.
match like we see for the other 2 teams in this Grand Finals weekend. Yes, of course, Poland has their supporting players, but for the United States, it is player after player top scoring different maps for them so far this weekend.
That was a big score for the United States, by the way. If the U.S. pulled their score on that map from the 3rd place match, they lost by 15k, actually. They were 1.65 million.
Poland
Now it
catch up
increased to
by 2,
1.8
just
million
high
on this time.
now.
So they seriously put up a gap against Poland when they needed to the most. And
On Poland.
now we go into the pick
I
for
believe in
Poland,
you, Poland.
looking for no more breakpoints on their side. And their second pick after the first breakpoint
Second
looked
orange.
significantly more confident, and I imagine they're going to continue that run.
I think it's hard to decide where you go to next, because if their plan so far is
Second
just to
orange.
kind of play around Malashevsky's comfort and see what Milosh can drill him on, well, there's not much, there's no hidden left. Knight of Knights. Okay, so we're gonna be seeing Knight of. This is scary. This is really scary. On paper, when we were doing the match prep, I was looking at both Free Mod 1 and 2 to be quite good for the USA because of how consistent Boshi is at no mod on this, and how well they can support him with pretty good modded scores on this as well. So, I mean, Boshi dropped 600k on this. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they're looking at this one to maybe go a little bit differently. I'm questioning this one a little bit, but maybe now that they're warmed up a little bit, we've played a couple maps, evidently, I don't think these guys are looking as nervous as they were at the start here. The quality of their play, I think, has stepped up a lot more to their expectations on both sides. So maybe this is when we see, who's going to be matching that Boshi man threat on Poland here. Maybe they're looking really comfy on this one, but I mean, to go back on the point of the USA team roster here, I think.
Is he not playing this?
Window Life,
this one?
kind of quietly stepping
Not
up on
diff,
that one. I
this,
think Window Life for
play?
until last year
I was like, no one joined.
was mostly kind of known as like a speed player for the most part, like a DT player, but really showed up on the Grand Spool, and I think opened a lot of people's eyes on how good he can be at so many different things on this pool, right? So pulls out a top score on that one, 560k on Hard Rock 3, but
I'm back.
The more important player I think here for the USA is probably looking at Pez and how much he's improved since last year and how much he's been a core part of this roster. I think filling up a lot of the the third or fourth player slot. I think, whereas last year I think
there is
he
Malazewski.
was definitely fifth player on a lot of things, but really
With third orange, I'm
going
gonna
to
save.
big difference on having this USA hold this 3-1 lead now. So not going to be in for this one. We're going to be making some roster swaps. But I think it is a very good thing and a very
Catton's getting covered by my camera, just so you guys know who's
here,
there.
Looking at that, and this team has so
and
many
it's starting
and a lot of really storied players. You got like Taquito, Decaden, Rectagon, who have always been so good year after year, but they keep just finding new players to join them, and we're going to be seeing a couple more here. From Ethan Trix, I think, who's been making some waves. Probably going to be running the hidden on this one, which is definitely maybe the hardest map for the pool actually. Oddly enough, I think this on hidden is pretty damn difficult as an anti-mod area here. Very so much aim required on this one with the precision. So we have not really seen a good hidden score on this. Maybe this changes.
Yeah, this was both hidden players bottom
he lost his
on the third place matchup. Haller and Ethan Trix were both of the two lowest scores on their respective teams here. So we're maybe looking at a bit of a turnaround, and you can already see how difficult
10K
this map
difference
is
right now.
right from the get-go. Everyone finding breaks here, with one sole exception that I am seeing down at the bottom here, and that's really going to be the key for the United States. This was their largest score gap of the third place matchup, and they are looking for that 500K once again. Breaks across the board here, and it's 2 combos standing for both teams now.
2 combos for both teams.
SSing, by the way.
Clearly, you'd prefer to be in the United States right now. There goes Rectagon. He was that second top scorer of the lobby.
Is no one talking about Bushyman?
In that matchup against Australia.
Bushyman's SSing while everyone else is like breaking non-stop.
Which you can see just how ridiculous the aim is a really impressive score. But there goes
Bushyman broke.
There goes Ethan. There goes Decaden. Everyone on the United States missing on that pattern. It's Kosirek and Evil Grape to trade out for Poland. But Malashevsky and Milosh hold on. Milosh breaks on the Hard Rock a little bit afterwards. But Malashevsky on this Nomad is still holding the only big combo in the lobby now, going into the second TI time halfway through. And he really needs to hold to bring this over to Poland's side. Remember, this is a pick for Poland. We have been focusing on the United States because of how ridiculous Bushyman's score on this was in the match against Australia, but this is Poland's pick. This is Malashevsky saying, I can do that too. Whatever you do, I can do better. I am number one. I am the most decorated tournament player in the world, and he right now is showing off on this map. 700 combo and climbing, 400K and climbing. Nobody else
nearly 800, 800 combo.
He has to hold. The only other combo on his team, Kosirek, also down now, and
Bushyman's the only one getting even close.
And there goes Malashevsky. It's now on Boshy. Try and bring this back for the US.
Wait, Boshy can pull this. Wait. Boshy.
Down to 50K for Poland.
Wait, still quarter left. Come on, Boshy.
Can he do it over
I thought I like
United States every time.
Wait,
they get
I'm on Poland's side, kind of. But nice, Boshy. No, Boshy. Wait.
He finds the break near the end and gets combo against Poland. Kosirek and Malashevsky both still holding Rectagon on the Hard Rock, trying to keep this on the side of the US, trying to hold on for Boshy's sake after that massive combo. But he's maybe able to.
Evil Grape broke.
Miss Fiesta into the ending, and the United States is just barely holding on to their combos. Better than Poland. It's a couple of spinners at the end of the United States. They're able to bring it back. It's Bushyman once again.
Damn.
2 top score for the US, and despite the top score in the lobby for Malashevsky on the side of Poland, it's the team support that brings it home for America.
Time and time again, a 542K. It's still 60K less than yesterday, almost exactly, but it was just enough. The most decorated tournament player in the world versus the clutch minister, Bushyman, every single time. And the classic scoreline comes out once again. The United States up 4-1 on Poland, our #1 seeded team in the World Cup for 2025.
Yeah, USA is winning this.
Falls to the United States to either break the
there can still be a good
or conform to the 4-1 curse.
Clutch by Poland,
does the
but
United States consolidate their break
3
point,
more rounds?
or does Poland run them back?
I think
all
5
the
rounds.
way through. This match is far from over.
And then
it's 2
again.
maps through to match point for the United States.
If it doesn't 5 rounds, we
for
try
Poland.
again.
And if there was ever a team that could come through at clutch time at the 11th hour, it is going to be your #1 seed, the only team to defeat the United States in the World Cup this year in tiebreaker. They are looking to do it one more time, and they only have to do it once. United States
has to do it twice.
Go in.
Imagine Poland comes back from this. That'll be hard. I mean, USA did that yesterday against New Zealand.
Is also
it's not
very
impossible.
interesting. I mean, looking at this pool,
Not impossible. It's
and
not
looking at
impossible.
what these teams like to play and pick. I think the Hard Rock 1 for the USA is probably
DT?
the last remaining map.
Was it DT
You could
1?
say they probably have a noticeable
DT2,
advantage on, you know,
DT2.
they're definitely not out on any map
DT2.
in this pool. I think it's very close, but maybe they're keeping that one for later. When you have this, you have a couple maps to play around with. You know, you only need 3 more at this point. It's kind of nice to hold that one, you know, comfy pick for when you need it, perhaps later. So DT2 here, going to be seeing this very old map.
Cha, where my wallpaper?
2014, I believe. I think the most
Picture I took a while ago.
of this one is that
God damn it.
it's old. It's a little bit janky. You know, there's a lot of players that you'd expect to do good on this, but maybe have not necessarily the most amount of experience playing these maps. And
It's nice.
on a couple things here that they don't really see in modern maps nowadays, but
Sorry.
it's worth saying Poland does have a very good DT player who's used to playing a lot
Is
of
5.3
DT
with or
the
without
very olden days,
DT?
right? So maybe we actually see
And 180
Raptors come in
BPM
for
with
this
or
one.
without DT?
You know, playing some of his specialty here, probably looking to come in for this one and DT3. But USA here, I mean, this map did not look like a particularly strong one when it was played against Australia. I don't think they have a full 4 for this. I mean, we saw Rectagon, Pez, Window Life drop 500Ks, 400Ks, but Taquito dropping under 300K on this as well. So maybe looking for perhaps a different player to come in for this
Putting
one.
Grappa Rafis.
Band-Aid on this one, but it's pretty tough at this BPM. Like,
He'll be
it's
good
pretty
in
high.
this.
The speed
DT2,
takes in
I
this
feel like
pool
he
are no
could
joke.
be
And
good
it's
in.
nice to finally see one of them because
Oh, he is there. I didn't even know.
I
He's DT
think,
God.
you know,
He
the
is.
big issue with Taquito yesterday.
He is right there.
Maybe just
Didn't even
being
see him
in
till
the
now.
evening, but Taquito is actually a very strong speed player.
Recticon is covered by my
I really think
camera,
it's the
just so you guys know
10.5
who's there.
that took Taquito out. Being so late at night, I mean an 11 p.m. match, is always going to affect your ability to read high approach ratings. So I think maybe just a little bit lower than we were expecting. But this Polish speed roster, I mean, Nahus, Milos, Evil
AR
Grape,
10.5.
and Rafis, the one and only, the only player, I believe, to stand still from the original Polish roster to defeat the United States 8 years ago
Rafis'
in the
skirts
Grand
just
Finals.
choke
Now
so
coming
much.
back
Swear to
to
God. Like he-
assist the youngins
He already
once
broke
again,
twice.
hopefully here. Couple
times.
breaks early from Evil Grape and Rafis, but we're also seeing 2 misses traded for the United States here. So not really a concern.
Milos
at the
is
start.
assessing.
This is going to come down to who has the better top end. It's another break from Window Life, which is a little bit uncharacteristic.
Rectagon,
I gotta
Pez,
point something out.
Milos,
Raptors
and
just
Yahoo.
dropped a 1K 2 seconds ago, right before
okay.
this.
All right, whatever.
Maybe
Rafis.
more nervous than normal. We'll see. We'll
Wait,
see.
what?
We'll see.
Let's hope that doesn't affect the only former king on this roster. A couple of early
Wait, what?
misses, though, coming out from a lot of places. Milos, Rafis, Pez, Taquito, all finding breaks here. Window Light found a break early on in the map as well. It's Rectagon to match the FC from Nahus, and
He just said he 1K?
Slightly outdoing Window Life.
He
on the
just
side
said
of United States, so it is advantage Poland
Few
for
seconds
now,
ago, what
as
the hell?
break comes through for Pez
What?
on that wide angle washing machine jump. The one
What?
really interesting part of this
That's
map is a
crazy.
lot of, by the way, break for Evil Grape is really big right now. That's big supporting combo back the way of the United States now, and they're going to start to take the score lead back. But one thing I wanted to point out, there is a huge death stream section that comes up
Damn.
about 3/4 of the way into this map as a 3-way break.
Yeah, you
About
can tell
Poland.
Ref is...
It's just not who's holding on. There's about 170 note death stream with 2
Oh.
buzz sliders in the middle of
Oh,
it.
everyone
So
broke besides
everybody
Rectagon.
ran from space
Rectagon! Rectagon!
We don't even get there. We don't even get to the death stream at all. That space stream kills the lobby except for Rectagon. 80k in favor of the US, and the only person able
Red
to
Gun
hit
needs
that
to break.
one
Red
difficult
Gun needs to
pattern,
break.
the only person with combo in the lobby, and here's the death stream
Come on.
finally coming out.
Red Gun needs
if
to
he
break
hits
here.
this, it is game over for Poland, and that is just so much combo, so
Oh,
much
he broke!
more.
He
was
broke!
right
He
at
broke!
the end. That cut at the end of a death stream is
Nah,
genius.
they're not.
But it doesn't matter. There's no combo anywhere
No.
in the entire lobby except on Window Life. And that is the United States
GG's.
5-1 in this match. Carry players be
GG's.
damned, old kings be damned. This is the dynasty. This is the greatest country in World Cup history. And this is their strength of roster. This is their pop-off player who can always find someone to trade it off to.
Rectigun, 810,000 score, besting every single score in the match yesterday by almost 300,000, besting every score in the match today by almost 300,000, and 4
Damn.
misses hitting just everything but the ending of the long stamina
Damn.
section. And a Window Life 600k to boot, improving the score from the last time.
Red Gun only got
Tito
4 misses, so
also
did
with
Window
the
Life.
boost has just 100k down.
Elo
but,
Grape
that's
only
the
got
difference of
5.
Finding 1 miss on that wide angle section, and the United States.
Well, look at
broken
Rectigun's
the
bar
curse.
compared
The
to everyone
4-1
else's. Oh,
has
too late.
not withstood the test of time. It is a 5-1 now for the United States, and a necessary one at that. Remember, a bracket reset required for the United States to pull their title back here. Poland, they just need one of these 2 matches. It's not looking too good for them right now, but there is still a Poland pick on the board right now to kickstart their opportunity of bringing this one back through. It seems like it's a long way, but 4 points does also include 2 of Poland's own picks, so they only need to win 50% of the time on the other half here, and there is a bit to go. Now, what do we think
swear to
Poland
God,
goes for here? As
saw
this pool
something
starts to
open
shrink?
behind me.
Oh, well, that answers it. That was
All right.
fast.
I mean, I think Poland still have a lot of pretty healthy options here. And, you know, most notably, I think you should be looking in Nomad 5 at some point to be in pretty strong favor of Poland. I think out of everyone I was speaking with, I think it was just assumed
Bracket reset
that USA would
base
be
is hard,
banning that one out
especially on
after
good
with
teams.
the Poland
Yeah.
header in finals. So that one's still up. You know, they still have a very, very strong pick, and we will be seeing out of place here Nomad 3, some rhythm alt with the touch of, you know, almost a little bit of speed, some bursts in it as well.
Nomad
not gonna
3
be a problem
now.
for most people in this lobby, I think, but I think this is another map that, you know, if you're looking at the star players on Poland, I think it's what they're looking to play, but I think the USA is very well equipped to match this. Their full team pretty much all seem to run pretty fine on this. However, I think for a map like this where you'd perhaps be looking at one of the
Just on the
specialist
line.
players on the side of the USA, like Ethan.
Nah.
Ethan did not play this. They ran Taquito, Decaden,
What do you mean you got defeated
They
by
all did pretty
them
well.
twice?
But again, I think
Hoo-hoo.
if you have Malashevsky and you're looking,
Man.
you know, not just Malashevsky, but Milos too probably.
I'm getting my
exists, but,
blanket.
you're
I'm
looking at
cold.
this and you're looking at the other team basically only getting 300, 400 Ks.
No, I'm just
I think
gonna
it's
switch on the heater.
A reasonable pick to take
Chat.
after you just double FC'd hit in one earlier, right? Like it's not exactly
Rate the
the same
heater.
skill set, but I think it's kind of the same player archetype.
Rate the heater.
Map wise. So
It's like
perhaps
20 kilos.
looking at another masterclass here from these 2.
Not 20. I'm
Well,
exaggerating. It's
this
like
is,
10.
kind of a defining pick in this match right
Enter
now.
the
if you
hole.
think about it.
Pause.
There's still plenty of
Looking to
opportunity
the
for
thing
Poland to take a hold
for
on
the
this match
electricity.
again.
I
if
think
they
that's
sort of,
huge.
you know, step back and rethink their strategy right now.
Okay, I plugged it
Again,
in.
it's 4 points and it's 2 consolidated break points, but this could be the road to coming back
Focus.
for them here as they look
Focus,
for
focus.
this pick to kickstart it.
Boop.
It should also be noted, you know,
Did
it's
not
a
work.
bit of a stretch and maybe more for the narrative than anything, but, you know, even if this does go bracket reset, the United States is technically 0-1 in bracket resets against Poland, so it's just, you know, maybe looking for some confidence on the Polish side right now, you know, push through the remainder of this match. It seems like it's a long way because it's a best of 13. There is so many maps to go through here, and it really does all start with out of place right now. Poland needs to find a confident pick right now, or I think they need to take a timeout after this.
There's a pretty important narrative I want to vocalize here as we get into this, because the intro is going to be pretty easy. I don't think you're going to be seeing many breaks on this before the song picks up. But there is a bracket reset here. Poland is still in an advantageous position. There is some value in hiding some specific maps when you're probably doubting, you know, if you're looking at the scoreline, you're probably assuming there's going to be a bracket reset, right? So
why is
maybe hiding a couple
camera's
picks
not
here,
focused?
so you know, I'm looking at what Poland has been picking so far, and I don't think it's
there you go.
it's not making a lot of sense to me. There's something going on here, I think, that they're not showing us. So I'm very curious to see, you know, if this does happen to go to bracket reset, whether or not these picks.
Bro, I just noticed what happened to Milos's act.
They're not showing us quite yet.
Bro, what happened to Milos's act?
And I don't think today is going to be any different if we do get to that point. But it's breaks on both sides here early. It's Nahus and Malashevsky to hold versus Pez and Rectigon. And as the supporting combos built up, we are going to very slowly approach that first key eye, that section where it starts to get a little bit more dense, a little bit more intensity thrown on as Taquito does break this rhythm section here, and now here it comes.
Oh, Rectigon,
first
bro.
big
Pez is
flowing
hitting it.
difficulty section here
Malzevsky,
where you
Yahoo's
get
hit
these
it.
really tricky
Decat.
square streams, the streams that double back on top
Oh,
of themselves.
said
and
he's
obscure
broke.
where the next node
Yahoo's
is.
broke.
Everybody missing on Poland there besides Malashevsky. The only one to hold through that section. It's Pez matching him with the full combo, and Decaton still holding that big support for Pez. So the score lead staying with the United States for now. And
30K score lead. Oh,
in their favor as well.
he's
More misses
broke.
to come through for Taquito and Shedis.
Shedis?
Former Polish captain there, Shedis, not quite able to hold during that section. But this is a really interesting spot to find yourselves in as the United States. Yes, you're in an advantageous position. But the one holding the full combo on the other side, excuse me, is Malashevsky. On a rhythm alt nomad 3 like this, it is
Wait, Malashevsky broke.
There he goes.
Pez holding combo.
Pez
and Decat in the highest combos.
The uncontested full combo for the United States, plus the big support
Wait.
from Decaton. He goes
Pez
down.
broke.
Pez follows suit
Decaton broke.
afterwards, and now there's just small combos everywhere and a 75k score lead for the United States. The ACK
Poland has better combo.
board,
They just need to
slightly
hold.
in favor
Wait, no.
of the US outside
No,
of
never mind.
And the combo with these consistent
If Malzevsky just
resets across
holds,
the board
wait.
for everyone,
No.
really not doing anything to move this score line at all.
Wait.
With a third of the map left, it's going to take a big pop-off combo
They're just gonna have
for
to-
Poland to bring this back in their favor. Malashevsky, he has the biggest combo in the lobby right now, but everyone is going
USA
to build
needs to
during
be-
the slow section. The question is, how long can Poland keep this
break.
advantage, and is it enough
USA
to
needs to
bring
break.
it back at the end of this map?
Well, Pez has the combo, Decaton has the combo. It's a full 300 across the U.S. Poland here into this wiggle section does have the highest combo in the lobby. There is really no outlier here except now Shedis finding the break. That's a 400 combo lost for Poland.
Shedis.
Big dense pattern here. It catches 3 players
Taquito
off
broke.
guard, 2 on the United
Got-
States, and that keeps things dead even
Wait.
for the 2 teams. It's Rectigon and Pez. That #1 score for the U.S. right now finds a break at the ending. It's Malashevsky and Milos into the hardest section at the ending of the map. Malashevsky finds a break, and all it's going to take is a miss from Rectigon to give this to Poland, but he doesn't find it. There's one more section after the rhythm bit at the ending here. Milos has it. It's sub 50k, and Milos finds the break before he even say anything. Rectigon into the ending. 340k and climbing. 90,000 overall for the United States. And this is the worst possible doomsday scenario for Poland.
Damn.
This is the 1-6 lead now for the United States. Match point on their own pick, with Rectigon finally missing at the ending. And now Poland in the do or die zone. The United States looking for the bracket reset, and Poland now maybe already setting themselves up for their plan in
Match
the next
points.
set in a dominant fashion for the US. 121k. What a combo from Pez.
And I just want to point out, because Poland, by the way, would have beaten Australia's score from yesterday. Would have beaten the U.S.'s score from yesterday as well. U.S. got 1.33 million yesterday. Pez bottom scored yesterday with only 290k. He improved.
That might
by
happen.
almost
They need to win
200,000
twice,
points.
though,
Beat his
I
score
think.
from yesterday by 180k.
By the way.
Didn't top score the lobby, but this is the thing that we have been consistently talking about with Team United States throughout this Grand Finals, throughout this tournament. When you face them off against Poland or against Australia, like we saw yesterday, or against Poland last week in the Winners Finals,
What's this
it's
pick gonna be?
always
DT3.
about whether the team
Yeah, no.
consistency for the United States, whether the roster depth and the ability for any of these players
Please,
to find
USA,
their
I
pop-off
need
run
this.
on a given day is enough to outweigh that that single carry player on the other side. Malashevsky set the top score.
My Rafis is kind of old.
The best player across both teams on that map, but unfortunately, the support just was not quite there enough for Poland to be able to take.
I think Rafis plays this one, no?
The United States now match point up, go with DT3.
I like this. I like this as a pick. Again, there's not a lot of information to be found, at least in OWC. You could go back several years. These maps aren't played, they're always banned. You're in a 6-1 position here. It's looking really good for the USA. I think you have some breathing room. So it's nice to go for a pick that is very uncertain, I think, on paper. There's not a lot of history. When they played this in finals, they played each other in finals, Poland banned DT3. So, you know, not a lot of precedent to go with here. I think it's important before you head into this, you know, potentially head into this bracket reset, to get this information, see if this is playable or not. I mean, DT2 looked pretty good for them, so get one more in. And I think as far as who's playing this, I think for maybe even both teams here, I think this is pushing the speed game a little too high for a lot of people in both of these teams. I think like you're gonna see a couple people do pretty good on this, but I think when it comes to the roster depth part of this, as much as we've been praising the USA for this, I'm not fully sure if they actually have 4 for this. This might be a little too fast, and I think the same is going to be said.
Yeah, Rafis plays this one.
I think this is a little too high up. I think for
Good luck. Have fun by me, loves.
Doing good on this to you know. With
I think it was saying good luck to their team,
I don't know,
to his team, and have fun to the US team.
So I think some players,
I'm
when
a
they're in a
detective.
match like this with high nerves and stuff and the adrenaline,
Yeah.
the speed a little bit sometimes, but it can be a little.
No,
bit
Rafis must be
do
like
see sometimes
full of nerves.
it
He
doesn't
just
quite
said it
help.
1K,
I think
bro.
A lot of people collapse under the
He
pressure,
just said
but
it 1K,
I
like.
think the adrenaline might help here to round out the rosters as we get into this DT3 and Grands finally.
What? It's already pushing
one of the
pushing,
most solo
pushing,
carryable picks in the entire pool. If you have somebody who
USA.
can play stamina at this BPM, then you are just going to absolutely run away with this.
292
It's
BPM
very
stamina.
polarizing in that sense that if you don't have a player who is extremely confident,
Rafis can play this, no?
then everyone else is
He can. He's a
certainly not
99
going to
ag.
be of much help when your number 1 player isn't there.
He has
So
second
really looking
highest
for the
stack in the lobby.
accuracy on this map to know who is comfortable.
Window
Rafis,
Life
of
has
course,
best
going to be
accuracy.
comfortable
Oh wait, no,
on the
now
team
Rafis
with
has best
92
accuracy.
BPM tapping.
When
Window
I was
Life is,
looking
of course, going to be
at
comfortable on
Rafis,
this,
he
and
probably
it's really just about who's
was
going to
down.
have that better side support. And right now, Pez and Rectagon doing maybe just a
Whoa.
tiny bit better
Evil
than
Grape.
Poland's support as Evil Grape finds a miss, and now it's just the supporting combo of Shedis as Milos and Rafis hold. Rectagon does find a miss though, and now we're basically even.
It's gonna push
Pretty
US
much
aside.
even in terms of
Oh
the
wait, no.
combos. Now it's 2
Taquito broke.
2. Problem is big support right now for Shedis. It's on 93 act, so it's going to be slow, bringing this lead back over to the side of Poland. But the act on the full combos is better. Never mind. There goes Rafis. That's the big FC down for Poland. And there goes Milos as well. Both of them are just down.
Rafis. Oh, what happened, Rafis?
For Window Life and Pez, these 16
Rafis.
290 BPM
No.
are so
My
ridiculously
grandfather.
hard. Everyone is finding breaks. Pez goes down. It's just Window Life with the FC now. Milos holding a little bit of combo for Poland, but that's outdone by Taquito there in the bottom left for the United States.
So they have the map gone.
Back, but 600 combo in Window Life still on the FC halfway into the map. This map gets ridiculously tough at about this point, I believe, unless we've already passed that difficult section. The spacing went up and everyone's combos went down, and now we get a bit of a break. We get back to the bursts and jumps, and this section is going to be a little bit easier. This is the free combo in this map. It's not free, but it is the freest combo that Window Life is going to get with this massive FC for the United States. And this
Window Life.
like game number 1 over for Poland and the United
What
States.
is Grape Sack?
Should anything not go horrifically awry in the last half of this map, are going to take
Grape.
set 7-1.
Evil Grape,
Well,
what?
Azer was saying something interesting before
GG,
the chat started,
300K
which is
score.
that, you know, maybe Poland is holding back a little bit on some of their picks because he sort of questioned a couple
GG.
of them through here, but I guess the same can be said for the United States, right? They played at a late time against Australia. They played a lot of maps that we didn't think were, you know, fairly characteristic for them, and they left maps like this open. And just look at the scores from some of the top-level players on this. Window Life is demolishing everyone.
Bro,
else in
will
the
Window
lobby, and
Life
it's not even
FC this?
close. right now. Milo's
Wait,
trying to be the only
it's gonna FC this.
come within range, and they find a break at the
It's
end.
gonna FC this.
And it just keeps on going. When does he ever stop? Rectagon finds a break on a kick slider, but Window Life, he just keeps going.
He broke.
Finally finds a slider break at that, and he
No.
makes this map look so easy.
How?
And that is going to be a 900k finish for Window Life as the United States 7-1.
Wouldn't that be like 1k for if you had FC'd?
I didn't think I would ever see the
It
United
would have been like 1k
States
FC'd, no? That would have been new PP record
Before this match
for
started, we
OWC.
talked in the pre-show about how close we expected to be
GG's, window breaker, what the hell is that combo?
For Poland. The United States going to tiebreaker against Australia.
What the hell is that
Poland,
combo?
having looked a little bit better than Australia basically all tournament long. And the
Damn.
United States just throw that completely
GG's,
out the
1-7.
window. They come out fists swinging in this match. And
Cinema.
it out before Poland even has a chance, really, to pick any of their best maps. 7-1 is a dominant scoreline, even if you're taking a look at a lot of the early maps and saying how close they were.
All right,
7-1 for the United
7
States
minutes.
is not something
7
that I think
minutes, still the
basically
next one.
anyone was expecting going into this match.
7.
I don't think a lot of people were expecting
Next
this, but this
match.
is not unfamiliar territory.
7 minutes.
We have been here a couple years
Come
now.
on.
The USA coming back from
I believe
losing,
Poland.
looking
This
really,
was just
really
warm up
dominant.
Poland, I believe.
And then
No,
Grant
Poland was just trolling. Yeah,
has shown
totally.
to deliver. The bracket reset has shown to
Poland
deliver
was
in the
just
past,
trolling.
So we'll see
Trust.
if this keeps going this time.
Poland was
There's
just
a lot
trolling.
of maps left in this pool that I think are still unseen, very much unconfirmed. There's some new information to play with.
Excellent pause.
Probably looking to rethink a little bit of their picks here. I think the free mods were not working out.
This
when
match should give
Bakshi
me
is
some.
there, but
Should give some
could be
show.
different next time around.
Should.
There is going to be like a 5-minute-ish break between these two, but
Yeah, 6 more
USA
minutes
looks
and
pretty
starts.
good on that. I mean, Window Life having his map there, probably the biggest carry performance we've seen on the USA on both this first match and their match against Australia. I think the Window Life looked really good on.
Let's see what the other channels are doing right now.
That one player that is able to match the star power performance that Poland, just has looming around.
It's Emmerich up too. He's just watching. It's daytime there. What's Zudi doing? Am I not following Zudi? Zudi's just watching too. Ciccone. Niente. He's watching Yahoos. Swear to God, I was following all these people. Oh, it's because I made a new account. I forgot to follow them back. Brr.
I mean, Birth was 241k. That was a 456k we saw from Window Life on a score gap on that last.
That's am I stupid? Who's Humney? Me. Am I retarded?
I'm just saying, Ethan Tricks, Talos, Michael, no. Michael,
Digital Hypno? Is that him? Is he Digital Hypno?
second set fucking DLC, bro.
I know who Digital Hypno is. Never seen this dude. He was in USA rosters before. He's been streaming for 6 hours. No, hop off, please. Hop off. No one heard that voice crack. No one heard the voice crack. No one heard the voice crack.
For Poland to be able to bring this back and make it much closer in this second set. Now, do they have enough in them to make 6 points over the United States? We're going to definitely have to wait until the match starts to see. But there is always variability in a bracket reset. And like I said before, the United States has technically never won a bracket reset against Poland. They have always been stronger in the reset, and I do think Poland did save a lot in that first match based on what we've seen from them earlier in the tournament. Likewise, the United States, they gave 125% in this match. They are not about to let themselves go down 2 years in a row from that first place spot, and Poland is going to have to give absolutely everything and more to win this next set.
There's a couple of maps as well that we didn't really see in this first set that I think could be some decent picks for Poland. I mean, just going off of the last match, 3mod 1, 3mod 2 were
3 more minutes.
super close, right? You had 10k on the 3mod 2, 39k on 3mod 1, and maybe you start.
Wahadlu. It may contain gambling. Why the fuck? You said 1. But I just hit F1 by accident. 1k. Not right before a match. Wait, he's cooking. Wait. He's all in combo? Wait. Two more minutes till it starts. I want to see him finish this play. Hmm? That's the end. Damn, 277 combo. That's crazy combo. Wait. Walk in. Ta. The hell? I thought that was the end. But the match is starting.
Out for in this next set as we get into
Where's Refus? I want to see this to the end. He's dropping ack, not combo. I don't think he's lost combo yet. Wait, this looks like the end of a map. No! What the fuck does that mean? No! No! Rip. GG's.
I mean, can you blame them?
14-1, let's do it.
Okay, somewhat expected. Let's be honest. Like somewhat expected.
HD1
I was questioning still whether
as first ban.
do some changes on this because I mean their two bans are good. The USA's two bans are very good. It was Nomad 4 DT1. I think those are very good bans, but I mean that map was not close. Like someone's got to say it.
No, they were dead. The United States was dead on that map. They were dead before the map even started. And if there was ever a pick to switch up your ban on, that was the one of the match. I sort of talked about Poland maybe wanting to ban Pacific Girls because they didn't really have anyone that could compete with Window Life on that map, and he looked comfortable. Even then, that was not nearly as set of a ban switch up, I think, than that Hidden one, because if Poland switches their bans, they potentially have to leave up either Hidden 2 or Hard Rock 2. And unless Poland was banning Hard Rock 2 for like the vibes, and I don't think they were because of how good the United States is.
HD2 and DT3 are banned.
They do, actually. They do end up leaving the precision.
I want to see them play tiebreaker, honestly, but I don't think it's going to get there.
That's just on the basis of, okay, we have information that the United States is going to guaranteed win DT3 against us. Let's take our chances on a skill set that I do think Poland has some players for, even if the United States is favored on the hard rock.
I mean, this is what I thought their bans were going to be going into the first match. This makes sense to me. It's a solid adaptation. The Hard Rock 2 is really scary, I think, when there's people like Decaden and Rectagon on the other team, but I think Poland has a much higher chance on that one. On a, you know, compared to this DT3 that's a much more like binary skill set. You know, it's if USA is going to pull stuff like that, if Window Life is going to be able to pull stuff like that, and it didn't really look like anyone was going to match them, it's over. Like, that map is lost. Get it out of the way. I think it's a good adaptation, and we'll have to see if USA chooses to change theirs a little bit further here. I think you're going to see the No Mod 4. Yeah. No, that one's not going to be
Yeah. I'm going to be right back. Give me a second.
Now, I think, even looking at last year, when he wasn't even playing, right, the show match, not the show match, so the showcase replay that he was doing for Organics Decay was just absolutely ridiculous. It was unmatched. And so I think having that on your mind, I think, is really scary. Now that he even has support on this Polish roster here, there are more people than just Malashevsky that are going to do really good on this one. So it's a good band to keep up here for the USA, and it's going to be Poland to be picking first. And I mean, the board is wide open here. We'll have to see if they adapt, if they keep going with these free mod picks that are a little bit contested, or if they have something else in mind.
It's going to be tough. I mean, you know, Poland's singular map they won in the first set has been banned. So Poland either has to pick a map that was not selected in the first set, or they now risk picking a map that the United States won in the first set, which is always a, you know, it's scary to first pick into that. Even if you think you can win the map still, it is a very apprehensive position to be in, like, oh my goodness, if I make the wrong selection here, I could potentially be shutting my team down for map number 1. And all things considered, I think Night of Nights is the best pick for them here. It's gonna be the DT1, though, on the aim, which might be a good pick for Poland here, but, you know, I was maybe looking towards a Night of Nights replay. I mean, that was a 10,000 score difference, and it was on the basis of Boshiman putting up yet another 500k. Malashevsky missed once on a wide angle, but Poland's going in for the mechanics aim on the speed here. They didn't look super, super good on the double time pool in the first set, so I'm maybe wondering if this super high AR aim is going to be a little bit more comfortable for them here. They certainly have the roster for it.
I mean, this was banned last time, right? So maybe looking to just start off strong on the pick that at least the USA feels they're disadvantaged on. I don't know if Poland is going to feel like they have the advantage on this one, but I think after seeing that it was banned out against them, it might make sense as a pick. And I mean, I think when you're looking at this roster and you know, outside of the top end of the roster, you know, they have a lot of players that really like this type of map. They've been pretty good on the DT1s so far in the tournament. But I think most importantly, this is a DT pick that Malashevsky can play. He didn't play DT3, it was too fast, right? So having a map like this that I think changes the dynamic of this team a little bit, where you're probably looking at something.
Sorry if anyone was listening in. No. Headset just fell. I was hungry. Got some sunflower seeds.
With the DT score multiplier on this, all of the scores were in the 400Ks. No one had a standout performance. This DT team
Did it still not start?
have like the DT1 guy. Like, there's no DT aim guy. There's so many wonderful players on this team, but no one particularly stands out outside of maybe Decaden sometimes.
Yeah.
Which I think Decaden was the one top score. Actually, no. Basically, they all had the same score pretty much. Decaden,
They are not peeled. That's why I'm muting every time I do it, so you guys don't hear. Tell me if it's too loud. Is that loud? Or you guys just not mind? Or you, at least, Carl?
They're looking to show us what they can really do now.
Is it loud?
see how
Don't really mind.
tackle this bracket reset. Poland now
But is it
has
loud?
as much
Like, that's the question.
information as they could possibly ask for. They've got the tiebreaker match from losers finals for the United States against Australia. They've got the first set of grand finals as well. Both teams now 1 win and 1 loss against each other.
Spoiling
in
USA.
this tournament. This final match to decide
It is loud.
everything
All right.
for the OWC World Cup 2025. Starting off very, very early break for Rapis on the side of Poland for their first pick. Window Life to trade it out on the side of the United States. I think one thing to discuss with this map is there's a lot of hard sections in the first half of this, the first 2/3 of this map as well as we get into this first KI time. But there is a section about 2/3 of the way in that is probably going to delete everyone's combo. So whatever the score is at about 2/3 of the way in is really, really important to take stock of, as just everyone is finding breaks during this first KI time. It's Milosh and Malashevsky to hold on. Takedo, Decaton, Nahus, and Rapis all finding breaks. It's Pez with the matching full combo for the United States. And
Wait a minute.
on the support, slight combo lead for Poland, a quarter of the way
Pulling
in.
Poland?
This needs to be
No, it's pulling back USA. Wait. No, back Poland. Slowly.
This is the final set. There are no second chances here. Poland must win on this set in order to pull back their title from 2017. Pez, the only player on the United States standing in between them and their first point right now. Milosh and Malashevsky, some big combos here. Rathis and Window Life to trade the combo out, and that favors Poland.
Captain's also holding on to some combo.
And if Poland is winning, like you said, at that
But Yahoo's there to bat. Ooh, Rathis. Malazowski.
Finds the slider break, and that's maybe just a peek through the window for the United States in this jump.
Pushing US now.
Once again becomes the player the United States needs. It's halfway through the map. It's Milosh and Pez. There is nobody standing in between them and their chance.
No, it's not pushing.
Their country to victory. Takedo falls.
Wait.
Rathis falls. It's Decaton and Pez. It's Milosh and Nahus. Window Life and Malashevsky don't matter. Takedo
Going back Poland. Wait.
and Poland looks to take their first map on the back of Milosh's FC.
Milosh still holding. He finally misses right at the end. The biggest diff spike in this map. That's where this map goes up to 9.1 stars. It's just on that diff spike. And he misses at the very, very end. But no, there is just no combo anywhere. The biggest in the lobby, Window Life, just cresting 200 combo right now. The score is slightly going back the way of the US because of that slight combo lead, and it's only a 37k lead right now for Poland. They have to lock into this, and Rapis finding that miss there, going into the last quarter of the map, going into this last sliver. Pez also finding the drop. It's another trade from Rapis, and everyone else still holding. Takedo giving some combo back to Poland, but it's traded away by Malashevsky immediately. Milosh, Window Life, Decaton, and Nahus all still holding. 2 for 2 going into the ending here, and 30k still in favor of Poland. There goes Nahus, Decaton, Window Life.
Wait. Milos. Milos is matching for the Captain. Wait, the Captain just needs to. If the Captain. Okay, nice. If the Captain had broken, would have been easier. That was on my nerves right now. Best second match was Nahus. Damn. Yikes.
With a ridiculous near 99 act 1 miss on Wonderstella.
Unbelievable from Milosh. A singular miss, a singular slider break, and almost 99% accuracy. And that is the Milosh that we expected to see in this grand finals. They've looked so
Milos nasty with it? He was, honestly.
And that first set left us wondering, well, what is going to happen in this bracket reset? And they are going to take it and go out swinging here. And honestly, it remains to be said about losing a point like that if you're the United States. When you are in Poland's position right now, you expect to win that map, sure. You know, it's our first pick, but there was also an element of uncertainty to it. Because when you lose a set...
If it goes to free mod 4, I think this, in Furry.
Is a motivating point. So for Poland, it's not
Poland wins it, I think.
they won a map by a small margin. It's actually damaging, I think, to the United States to know that you were so close after a 7-1 victory to winning a break point at the start of the next set again, and to let that slip away from you. I think that might have actually done a little bit of damage to the United States.
now we head.
Come on, Poland.
Once again, this was played in the first match very early on.
Come on, Poland.
At least to me, these scores did not look as good as you'd expect them to look from everyone in this lobby, I think. So now that we're all seated and comfortable and warmed up and the nerves are out of the way, the chokes are out of the way, I think we might be looking to see some very different performances on this
Seed.
no one was over 400k on this the first time, but the USA did look a little bit favorable on that.
Inside the seed. Yum.
But I think there's a lot of potential for some stand-up performances on both sides here. So I'm very curious on this one. I think this is going to be a very important map to determine, you know, what the narrative on this match here, because I think Poland has a pretty good chance at taking this, honestly. 160k was a big gap considering the scores on this were pretty low, but the potential is so high, especially after the hidden one that they pulled off that's now banned, right? So I think the context is a lot different, and I think this is a really important pick for USA to be able to hold here. I think dropping a breakpoint here, I think, is going to do some damage to their mental. So.
Waiting for that last player from Poland. Like you said, Pangea.
I think, yeah.
It is, yeah. I was hoping that, I don't know, maybe they were going to make a roster switch there. Maybe they had somebody who could pull back that last 100k, but does look like Nahus is going to be in here. And 160k, like you said, that's, you know, not exactly a comfortable score margin for the United States when you've got a player like Malashevsky on the side of Poland, but also there were high miscounts on this map from Poland. The lowest miscount on the team was Evil Gray, who bottom scored with 19 misses. Everyone else in the low to mid 20s.
Ooh, my bad, that was loud.
All three of their top scores, sub 20, even sub 10 for Taquito on that top score through. So this is very much going to be that I think we expect the United States to feel comfortable on. And if Poland is going to bring this one back in, they are going to need a serious turnaround from
My bad, I forgot to say Yahoo's is covered by my camera here.
We already saw that from the United States. They made a turnaround from their match against Australia in that first set against Poland. They looked a hell of a lot better in that 7-1 than they did going to tiebreaker. And now it falls to Poland, but it's two very early bad misses for them with one trade from the U.S.
And the last time around, the United States had both of the top scorers on this map. It's, you know, Poland had
Already at minus 45k for Poland.
by top scoring with multiple players for
Oh,
their team.
pushing the other way around. Oh, never mind.
Of course, Malashevsky and
Wait, no, yes.
won in the first set of Grand Finals, but there goes a lot of chain misses for the United States. Ethan Trick finding a massive chain miss. Caleb following it up. Taquito, the biggest combo in the lobby.
Not a single FC.
Holding on for the US. It is only a 40
I think.
score lead
Is
right
Taquito
now,
FC?
but that is because this map is just
He isn't, right?
incredibly scrappy. Nobody able to hold basically any combo on this map, and that makes those big carry pop-off performances
This map is
difficult to find if you cannot
pretty
find
fast.
that. See,
No, pretty not fast, but like
ridiculous combos
pretty
you need to
slow.
outscore everyone by a big
2 minutes
margin
33.
for a star player for their team. You're looking at Malashevsky to do something like that, but he is matched by Taquito on this pick, and from there,
Taquito is just my Malashevsky. No, yes, IGG's. Die Gatten hold combo after Taquito breaks.
Combo breaks coming through for the United States. Ethan Trick, Taquito falling, Malashevsky matches, Nahus matches, Sharitori matches. Caleb will also fall, but it is Decaton holding on to 600 combos.
What? The Gaten broke? Wait. Quarter of the map left. Can you push? No. Cannot. You break. No, it doesn't. Ah.
Super convincing. This time around, going to be an even
No.
larger margin of victory for the United States, close to a 200k win for them. And this map solidly
He reaches 2k and 200k.
And there it is, once
No
again,
time.
looking to be that Taquito top scorer. This is exactly what he is known for, that hidden player for the United States, good in all things that are flow aim every single time, and a 50,000 plus score improvement, almost 70,000 more than that first set, and that actually contributes to the majority of that score lead for the US, and the 160k was certainly not definitive, but it is going to earn them the win yet again. Poland's just not confident confident enough on the hit and flow aim, and the United States does not let a breakpoint slip away for their first map. So it is even. Right
goddamn 200k difference. Yeah. Damn.
On that one, I think their team score improved by just the smallest of margins on that, if not the same.
I think it looked pretty similar on both sides, honestly, but I think the big difference here is Taquito able to find around 100k more than before. I think the potential on this map, I mean, even Taquito could have gone a lot higher than this. I mean, he was dropping 500k on the Australia match, so not going to matter though. It's enough. The job is done. So
Job is done.
Map went well for them, and now we're back to Poland pick, and I'm so curious about this one, Chillier. There's so much adaptation here that could potentially happen for these picks here, and we're so early on. I think it's really hard to decide. We're trying to figure out where they go to. I think I'd like to see Nomad 1 or Nomad 2.
I might have
I
might have an addiction to sunflower seeds.
That they could go for with, honestly. There's all of the maps
May or may not.
that could go well for Poland that we didn't get to see. This Nomad 5 pick, I'm curious about. This 3mod 4 pick, I'm curious about. Although I think that one is a little bit more coin flippy, but they're going to run back to 3mod 1 here. The
3mod 1?
density aim map.
3mod 1.
I mean, this was the first
By
pick, right? So
Poland.
I'm going to say the exact same thing.
Hmm.
You know, compared to Tanahita here that we just played. This was the first pick in the Grand Finals match. Everybody's nervous, right? Like, it's going to affect the scores, and I think this one might also look a little bit different. You're probably looking at Melashevsky here, who honestly like missed on 1 or 2 patterns there, dropped 566k, but like I'm looking at a potential FC here still that like could very realistically happen.
Yeah.
I think looked a little bit more looks like he has a lot more potential than Boshi potentially does. Even though Boshi hit like the hardest spike of the map and was the only player in the lobby to hit it like that. Really
Oh yeah, Boshi. He was probably going to play this
top right corner
this one.
That nobody else.
Yeah, there he is.
So I think we'll see a run back on this one. All of the mods on this are really, really difficult, and I don't think Poland has a second standout player. I think for the Nomads here. So I think this really is just now between Boston. I think that you're looking at.
No, Zevsky might play it. HDHR. He isn't going to. He could try.
For Malashevsky. So maybe looking for a bit more team support on that one to get him across that finish line. It was only 39,000. I did actually pick out a potential Night of Nights pick for Poland as this next map here because they only lost that map by 10k. And it was actually more of a comfortable spot for Malashevsky, but Poland liking their odds on Chaos Collab, really kind of hoping that Boshiman isn't able to put up yet another repeat performance, but I don't know at this point. It was a 600k into a 500k for Boshiman, and that means that he does have room to go up from that performance again. Likewise with the other supporting scores on the United States, we know how well Decatur has been playing in this match today on that Hard Rock, and likely going to be putting through that repeat. Same with Rectagon on that aim, looking for just that little comfortable spot that they need to find as Poland tries to get a second point on the board for this match, and maybe do, again, a little bit more mental damage here. It is, you know, sort of left to be said, does picking a map that you lost in the first set and winning it in the second set do more mental damage than just losing a regular map? And honestly, I'd say it does. If you know that you
I feel like it does.
and you let it slip away, then it's more of a we could have had this and didn't rather than a we lost the opposing team's pick. So there is a lot of sort of mental stuff we could dig into here for Poland.
I mean, we keep saying they lost the pick, but I think an important detail is that they lost it by
Poland's losing right now by 16k. Still the start though.
Right? Could very well have happened any other way here, but I think you're looking at this map as sort of a turning point in Poland's strategy.
Malazevsky and Evil Grape assessing.
Again, that's probably when they're going to start looking at changing things up here. You're not going to see Fremont 2 most likely as that. If they show that they can pull it off on this one and show off that this is actually a worthy first pick for them, you know, maybe we see what they wanted to see. In the
US only has a single. Wait, no. No FTs on US. Poland has only Malazevsky assessing.
in the lobby. And this is what you were looking for the first time around. If you were rooting for Poland on your first pick, you are looking for Malashevsky to come in and be that best player in the lobby.
Quarter of the map done. Malashevsky's still assessing. What the hell? He's still assessing.
The most decorated tournament player of all time. And this is the biggest trophy in the world. He is looking to finally get the single biggest accomplishment that any tournament player can have, which is winning the World Cup. And he is looking good so far.
Oh, he isn't assessing anymore, but still, crazy hack.
Only up by 6,000 points at the halfway mark right now. Another break to come through for Nahus. There's a little bit of combo on Shari Tori to match the Katie on the side of the United States, but Bossy Man is building back up that big no-mod combo for the United States. He is on impeccable accuracy as well, and halfway into this map, there he goes as well, actually.
Whoa, Boshi?
That's the pattern we talked about the first time around on this map. That could
Taquito?
send this map one
Rectigon?
this time around. It does send it in favor of Poland. Bossy Man trading out
Everyone in US just reset.
and now it's Malashevsky and Shari Tori, both unmatched. The commander and his
GG's. Nice pick, Poland.
in tandem to bring this pick home for Poland this time around. 39k is indeed a scratch, but that is all they will get.
Mikazowski breaks.
Malashevsky and Shari Tori do find the misses.
Is there enough time though?
Real quick, 150k.
There's still a bit more than a quarter of the map left. Yahoo still has 600 combo. Has combo in the thing right now.
Have some big combo for the US. This could still come back, but look who it is. Nahus holding on to big combo on Hidden of all mods, able to bring back some score, able to mitigate the losses for Poland when they
Wait, Nahus?
to trade out on
He can get to 1k. He can get to 1k. If he gets to 1k, it's GG's.
enough to match both Taquito and Decade, and then Poland are safe for now from the advance of the United States.
It's 110,000.
GG's Poland. GG's Poland.
Who's known for his hidden aim ability, going to be moving through the end of this map comfortably.
Can we just talk about Malashevsky's hack right now? Please. I mean, like, just Malashevsky broke. Now who's also broke. Close your wreck. Highest combo.
And there is nothing the United States can do. Gonna be a little bit disappointed with the overall performance from that top end here, and unfortunately the one-time Boshi Man does not find that 500 or 600k score gap. It is the difference
Wait.
for the United States. It's
Everyone in Poland broke.
for them, and
So did USA.
that can save them in the ending of this map, as Poland does not let yet another chain of breakpoints slip away. They will secure the second point in the bracket reset, and we already have a better match on our hands to a significant degree.
GG's.
163,000 in favor of Poland. Now look for their next pick through, and that is going to be a tough one for them. That's gotta hurt.
This makes more sense. This is why they're first picking this last match. I think this is what they wanted to show. I mean, Nahus with a 100k or so score upgrade from the first map here, making a pretty significant chunk of that difference, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it is hard to find the consistency to do this over and over again, right? I mean, you've seen Boshi Man super good on this 3 times now.
Nice. Nice play by Malashevsky.
It's hard to do it.
100 messages today.
500k last time. So
How many of them were Iffy Carls? Or Mick Mix? 98 messages from Iffy Carl or Mick Mick. Thank you.
But before we get to that, we have to consider what the USA goes for. The playing field is a little bit different here. There's still a lot of maps that have not been played that are pretty good for them. Again, that Hard Rock one I think is pretty solid for them.
HR3.
They're going to go for more of the Hard Rock pool again. I think, again, in finals, the USA just won all 3 of the Hard Rocks. They picked all 3 of them. They won all 3 of them. Earlier today, they picked this in the first match, and they also won this pretty confidently. So solid pick to go for. I think this one is also one of the few maps that are pretty comfortable actually. It's still quite difficult, but most of this map has a lot of downtime that's kind of nice to just to boost confidence. You know, like there's a lot of this that's for these players pretty free to hit. So I think after high stakes match, now they're realizing that like Poland's actually here to play now in this one. We're no longer just getting by for free. We got to work for this thing. So I think it's nice to just have that like stable map for them to play on this. And we'll have to see if they go for any different player swaps here. But I mean, despite all their roster depth, I think the Hard Rocks are pretty consistent for them. I think they rarely do that many swaps. So,
Milos is covered by my camera, by the way.
On this pick here, it was 200,000-ish, which again, it's a lot more comfortable when you look at that compared to the last map at sub 40k. So I'm, liking their chances on this map overall. But again, it's just gonna come down to, do we see the Poland from the first set, or do we see the Poland that I think everyone expected to see today? And we've already gotten a glimpse of what Poland was expected to be in this bracket reset right now. The Poland that we saw in the finals in the winners bracket, and the team that we know can take down the United States. They've done it once. They did it in tiebreaker last week, and this being a slightly harder pool would maybe affect certain teams in this tournament. It's not really going to affect Poland. They have more than enough players for this difficulty range and all of these skill sets. So it was a little bit disappointing to see that 7-1 in the first set, and I'm so excited that we're, actually getting to see the best of what Poland can offer in this set. With that being said, the United States has an extremely strong Hard Rock roster. They do not often lose Hard Rock maps, especially to Poland, and would be remiss to see them let this one go. Maybe the most likely going to be that Hard Rock one because it's so aim heavy. And to be honest, the United States has not.
Okay, it was just loading.
Aim in this match.
Yeah, this one was one off of Window Life, dropping 560k here, over 1,000 combo in this one the first time around. I think that'll be hard to replicate, but I think it's also worth noting on this team, Decaden also dropped a 384k score on this. I think there's a lot of potential for him to do a lot better on this one. So I'd be pretty scared, I think, to have to play this against the USA here, running it back.
I mean, it was also, right, the number 2 and number 3 score for the US and Pez and Rectigon were both ahead of the number 2 score for Poland. So it was really, there was a lot of people doing very well on Hard Rock for the United States the first time around. And Poland did have, of course, a 500k score from Malashevsky the first time. So potential there for him to carry this map. Potential for improvement as well.
Malashevsky, Rectigon, Kozirek, Yahoo's FC. Oh no. Only assessed by Malashevsky.
And the score lead for the US on this one was under 200k. It's a decently sized score lead in Grand Finals, but not unwinnable the second time around. As we get into the first KI time, United States all still holding, Poland all still holding 3 FCs for the Polish squad. There's the break for Decaden, the first one to come out in this first.
This is on DT.
3 big combos, one of them an FC for the United States, but it's 3 full combos for Poland. There goes Hez, Decaden leading once again.
Yahoo's
the only misses so far. Window Life, Nahus, and Kosirek all finding the break on that pattern. Milosh also gone, and suddenly it's the 1v1 and 1v0. Rectigon down, Malashevsky the only one to hold, and this is the for the United States.
Half the map done. If Malashevsky holds,
the player with the most tournament wins, the most badges in open rank out of anyone in the world, comes in to this ridiculously difficult 8-9 star pool and just puts on a show. Malashevsky, the general for Poland, the commander and their strongest knight, holding the full combo halfway in.
GG's.
Malashevsky 1,000 combos.
I don't think there's enough time, even if Malashevsky misses now.
Before the last FC dropped on the United States, meaning that Malashevsky, even though he's the top scorer, he was bonus on top of the rest of the roster right now. Milos matching Rectigon, who does find a break now, and this is a situation that the United States are not unused to. I mean, they already went through this in the third place matchup, dealing with a player who could FC 80% of this map pool, so it's not going to be the worst point for them, but it's certainly going to look pretty bad when you won this by 200k, and the United States is about to lose it by 600,000 by the ending, as long as everything maintains the same. And Poland looking
scripted. He already knew it was going to end at 600k. Wait, look. It's going to end at 600k. It's scripted.
And it is most definitely going to be that breakpoint, Chillier. Malashevsky is still this Hard Rock 3. He is cooking up a ridiculous score for us here in the Grand Finals. Nahu's post-direct finding the breaks around him. Everyone on the USA finding breaks besides Window like Milosh, the only one left standing. Malashevsky finding a break here finally at the end of the map, but 900k plus on this Hard Rock 3 is an absolutely ridiculous score for any player to put up in the Grand Finals. Malashevsky, the hero Poland needed.
Malashevsky, 915k score.
In ridiculously dominant fashion, a 470k
Damn.
score lead for Poland. Off the back of that 900k pop-off, plus everyone on Poland above 400k this time around.
That was
Damn.
insane. That was ridiculous from Poland. The score improvement from 1.68 million to over 2 is unbelievable. And the United States, they didn't even do that bad. They were within 30,000 score of their first set performance, which means that this was just Poland once again.
Damn.
Into the form
Poland.
we expected
GG's.
to see them here in this match. And it's why
Rah.
everyone was left
Chalky cookie.
stunned
I'm not a fancy lad.
because this is the Poland we expected to see today.
You're not a fancy
They are
lad.
going to give us a show and be damned if they are going to
Ah.
let this one slip away without making the United States shake. Because
Hi.
this
Hi, chocolate cookie.
is a turning point right now. Poland up 3-1, and this is now a Poland.
Been here already for 2 hours.
4-1 potential on this, unless the United States is somehow able to get maybe a little bit of a lucky performance here and steal a break point immediately off. But that's that interesting spot we see all the time. Poland 4-1, but it's off
Wait.
of a very, very close margin here.
Nomad 1.
Time to sound the alarms. Malashevsky
Falcom
is
Sound,
logged in.
Team JDK, Asia Destiny.
The worst
There's
fears.
Nomad 1.
And there it is. We were wondering, I was wondering, when they were going to take this one out of their pocket. It's going to be now Azure Destiny. I mean, this team.
USA won first one, but since they need to win 2 times
Azure Arbitrary.
against Poland, Poland only needs to win once.
It's a good pick, and I
Poland's
think,
winning this.
you know,
I feel
this
at
is
least.
Probably, especially after Malashevsky drops a score like this, I think this is the exact type of situation when you're kind of on the back foot and you see a guy on the other team doing this type of thing. This is when you really do start to sound the alarms here a little bit. USA is going to be finding themselves in a little bit of a tough spot, I think, here if they can't manage to get on this
For
one.
now,
I think
oh sorry, I kind of scram into the mic. I scram into the mic.
Been saying it,
Scram's not even a word.
say it again in the second set. Aim is favored to Poland.
I feel like right now it's possible. But if Poland gets 5-1,
It doesn't
Mm.
Poland is better at aim. It is their number
Mm.
one skill set as a roster. They have Malashevsky, they have Nahus, they have Milosh, and they have proven to us in both of these sets that they are extremely good at aim, because the maps that they lost by 10k and 30-something k, they were both aim maps. They just had unfortunate misses. And it was mostly because we saw Malashevsky maybe just getting a bit of a slow start to the match. And now that we're seeing Malashevsky in the form we expect to see
I feel like-
him in, I think we're going to be getting a lot
What do you guys
more
think?
than is expected, which is Poland winning big aim mechanics picks in this style.
if this goes to tiebreaker,
And some of these
which
three
probably
are
won't,
very difficult to
if it
make
does, who do you think wins?
enough guard, but I just do not like the way the United States has
Grandpa Rafis versus Saito.
either. They have just been shaky, they've been inconsistent, and it doesn't give me confidence that
Is Saito
this
even
is
playing?
that they would take a break point on. I think it's possible later in the match, but if there was ever a pick to go Poland's way to consolidate that break point and make this a 4-1 in their favor, it has to be this Nomad one.
I mean, it's hard to discount them. You know, I think it's important to note that I think on
Alright.
paper Poland has the advantage here. So I mean,
USA, to be honest, tiebreaker.
really bad when this is
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
see 400Ks in every single
I watched the tiebreaker,
There is some potential for them to be taking this.
like in the show match.
Not super one on paper, but I think it's an important
Well, part of it.
to stay alive on.
No, but it's a good map for Rafis, I'd say.
After that early 1/3
Depends.
section, we have a couple of breaks to take stock of. Takedo and Rektigon down for the
Malazewski is getting covered by my camera,
down for Poland.
by the way.
That leaves Milosh and Evil Grape Sharitori for Poland on the FC versus Dekaten and Ez on the United top row versus the bottom
No.
row.
Oh, there is one assist by Pez still now.
We have another big stream section about a third of the way into this match.
Oh,
In the
right gun
meantime,
broke
we're gonna
everything.
see a lot of misses come through on these jumps. These 280 BPM alt-style
3 FCs
jumps.
till
Well,
now.
not alt-style,
Decanton,
they
Pez,
alt-BPM,
and Milos.
but relatively comfortable, a little bit awkward in some cases, but it's really just all snap aim here. Sharitori, Rectagon finding some of those early breaks. As Milos still holding onto the FC. Same for Decaton and Pez. Another break to come through there for Sharitori as the United
Milos
States
needs
pulling ahead
to hold.
very, very slowly on this.
Someone in the US has to break either Decanton or Pez. Maybe Takedo. Takedo would also be good.
While on this pick. Coming in to the next more difficult sections. We're about a quarter of the way in. We have a little ways to go until that next 1/3 stream. And until we get into the next.
I barely made a dent in this. No, actually I've eaten half already. You guys like sunflower seeds? I love them. Sunflower seeds are basically cocaine. Wait? Wait, I was distracted. What happened? Captain broke? Pez is the only one with combo on the west side. Yahoo's Malzewski and Milos have so much combo. No, they're not coming back from this way. Yahoo's broke.
For Poland, but it's the one FC to match for Pez and Milos on each team, and then Malashevsky holding the reverse choke for Poland, bringing that combo lead over to their side halfway in.
And this is a tiebreaker length map, which means tiebreaker score gaps do take effect here, and that 70k is massive for Poland. Not even as a normal gap, but because of these combos they have, Hez, the only player standing for the United States right now. Rectagon, Takedo, and Decaton all find breaks. Rectagon being Bancho, but it's still only 400 combo there. Poland with a double FC basic.
Rectagon broke.
Milos finally to find a break, but it's Malashevsky still at a 1400 combo. It's 100,000 lead for Poland. Malashevsky
And going up still, it's not pulling US side at all.
right now to give this to the US, and we've got more stream sections coming up for these switches right now.
Now he needs to hold combo.
On the side of the United States. One combo will not stand. Nahus.
This one.
Pez broke.
There it is.
He's not looking good. Pochka Gudum. No! Malzewski broke! No, not enough time. Wait, there's not enough time.
Here just clears everyone out of the lobby. Milos falls on the 1/3 stream afterwards, and there is just nothing that anyone can do on either team at this point to bring this map back for their team. The United States down 170k with a maximum of 250 combo on either Takedo or Pez, and Poland up the same amount.
Pez broke.
200 combo anywhere finally for Milos and Nahus on their side. It is an unwinnable proposition for the United States at this point. The map is over, decided by the combos before that big dip spike, and Poland are going to go up 4-1 in this match. If this map were close, we would have.
You know that the secret box snipe cooking is in Freedom Dive. I saw that. No, don't remind me. Sad. That's why I haven't been beaten in years.
That break point, but they are still only up 1 break point. Fantastic scores from Malashevsky to match Pez on that ridiculous.
Dude was way ahead of his time.
Plus the 580k from Milos to bring the score lead over to their side. And it's a successful point. It's a massive.
What was that Takedo delay?
But it's only 1 break point. That is not
GG's. This is going for Poland. I think Poland was kind of trolling at the start, or were they just like warming up? What happened?
But that was with 2 break points. They had won 2
like in the first map. No match.
Only won 1 of the USA's picks. So this is not quite as big a lead as it lets on. We'll have to see if Poland are able to keep this lead throughout the rest of the bracket reset.
Well, the question being now is, regardless of whether or not the United States is able to break this 4-1 first, they are still down 3 maps in a bracket reset where they weren't even within reaching distance on a first set. And the turnaround from Poland, from Malashevsky and Milos in this second set, is unbelievable. And the United States picking into this Hard Rock 2 that was banned against them in the first set. They are going to capitalize on their Hard Rock abilities here, hoping that this Hard Rock roster is going to be able to match up from this.
Hard Rock 2, USA wins this.
Their work cut out for them. Malashevsky is an extremely proficient precision and tech player regardless with Hard Rock. And with the way he's been playing in this match thus far, and to be honest, the way that some of the usual US Hard Rock players have been playing, their odds of winning maps like this are very, very slowly lowering. And they need to find it now.
This is going to be a really
USA wins this one.
I think just always nice to be able to pick what the opponents banned out. However, I mean, Poland clearly had some changes in this bracket reset here. They're coming out with new picks. You know, I had a feeling there was some surprises, and I think something that is, you know, there's some potential here that, you know, I'm not saying this is what happened or what they potentially had in mind, but if you're up on the winner's side of a bracket reset match like this, we've seen some bait bans before, you know?
Why wasn't Milaz on? Milaz appeared on the United States side for a second. What the hell?
Like, they're gonna do fine on this. It's just some Hard Rock tech slider aim. Like, Malashevsky eats that up, no problem. USA definitely looks favorable, though I think most of them...
Malashevsky will get a good score in this, but I feel like USA can, like all of them, get a good score together and beat Poland.
For this as well, who, you know, is definitely one of the best precision players in the world, but this one's got a lot of slider aim, it's got a lot of other skill sets mixed in, and I think it gets a little tricky for him to contribute that much, and he had a little bit of a weaker score on this. Definitely just filling as the fourth player on this one, or at least that's what it seemed like. So, you know, I think this is an extremely important pick for the USA to do good on, not only win, but just win, you know, decidedly win on this. Like, it needs to look good, I think, for them, because I think they're starting to be a little bit forced into picking the couple maps they have left that I think they're confident on. It's going to be Hard Rock, so we're going to be seeing Hard Rock 2 here, and I think, you know, they're going to be probably forced into Hard Rock 1 after this just to get it out, if it is as advantageous for them as I think it is. But, I mean,
Everyone's at 0% back. Tusk. Well, okay.
I'm very curious to see how this one. I think this one is very pivotal.
This is going to be a deciding factor.
Kozirek already broke.
The United States break the 4-1 curse, but like Dio said, it was 2 break points versus 1. The United States has looked good on the Hard Rock the entire tournament. They have yet to let it
One assist till now.
And Decatur with how they've been playing in these matches thus far, and there are so many maps left in this pool.
Red's gun broke. Red gun broke.
Win this here, but gosh, if the United
Yahoos?
States is not able to take their own pick here, that could be the nail in the coffin. And it's Malashevsky, the only full combo remaining on Poland through this intro. We are not nearly into the hard section of the map yet, but here come the first set of sliders. This double potentially missable, and 2 players on the United States miss it. That is one of the jump scare patterns in this map, but as we come into this first TI now, it's sliders, it's aim control, it's these dense triples in these alt sections here. Nahus the only one to fall, and United States is not in an advantageous position right now.
Wait.
Milos breaks on the slider, and now maybe the United States
Wait.
is a little bit more safe, but it's Malashevsky and Kosciarek.
Wait.
It's Malashevsky.
Recticon is pushing some combo.
For the United States, Pez and Nahus with the supporting combo for either of their teams. Bachi and Milosh trying to build back up right now. This is a
No, Kozirek broke.
Didn't see anything above 500k there, but there goes Kozirek. There goes Bachi as well. It's just Malashevsky really now for Poland. But Decatur is matching with the FC for the United States halfway in. It's Rectigon and Pez holding on to really big combo as well. Pez can match Nahus. There goes Rectigon though.
Oh wait. Half the map done. Malashevsky needs to hold for another half of the map and it's done. Wait.
Has that combo lead. It is ever so slightly in favor of Poland.
Pez.
The break there is huge. That is now big combo lead for Poland. Nahus uncontested on that 500.
Kozirek building up his combo again.
The matching FCs. These 2 plays for Decatur and Malashevsky are the most important scores in the lobby.
Wait. No, Malashevsky broke. Got him too. Kozriak broke.
He finally drops, and now the score is ever so slightly in favor of the United States. More scores coming through, dropping
Come on.
for Malashevsky, Nahus, and Kozriak. Once again, the combo ever so slightly in the United States' favor. The score moving slightly in their favor. 30k into the last quarter of the map, now growing to 40k in favor of the United States. And Poland, they need to hold on if they want to take this break point, but the United States, down 1-4, are holding strong.
No, there's not enough time.
Barely eking out every advantage they can possibly take into the end here. It's one trade for another. It's Decaton passing
GG's.
towards Tepez and Rectigon.
Well played, the USA.
Tepez finally finds the drop of Rectigon, still holding here. The slight combo lead is all they require to take this pick. 50k in favor of the United States. And they will no longer be down 4-1. They will take their pick by the skin of their teeth, eking out that win bit by bit, combo by combo.
Okay, USA.
Across all 4 members of that lobby.
And a bit of an uncertain one at that. The United States with this map.
GG's there.
First set, now pick it through. The combos rain in, and Decaton, the hero for the United States. It is an understatement to say that this guy is playing like a beast through these 3 matches in the Grand Finals weekend. A 600,000 score besting.
3 mod 2.
97.57.
3 mod 2.
On a Hard Rock slider map, and was the difference maker on this. And now we see Poland go in for Night of
Oh, Night of Nights.
the smallest score gap
Sigma.
in the first
I agree.
10,408 points, and it all came down to Malashevsky versus Bashi, man. And with the way Malice has been playing in this second set, that is not who I want to be going up against in this situation. The United States now at the front door of their first opportunity to make this match even. This is one of 2 potential chances that the United States has to take this one break point back. They've got one here that could potentially send Poland to 5-2, but the United States wins one after that, and they've got one more chance before that match point is forced on that tiebreaker. There is time, but it is running out, and if there was ever a map for Poland to finally assert their dominance on this match...
We've been here now for 2 hours 16, by the way. Gotten holding accuracy like crazy. True. What's good, Leo? Let me know if me chewing the, like not chewing, but like opening the seeds without using my hands is too loud, or else I'll just use my hands.
I'm curious about this one again. This is
Bashi might pop again, but Malazevsky will just destroy. He's playing better than last match. Malazevsky's getting covered a bit by my camera. Just saying.
Stress of being in Grand Finals is the biggest tournament of the year, right? It's a big moment here, and I think if Poland is able to take this one here, they're definitely going to establish themselves as, you know, taking the larger step forward here, and definitely just, you know, one more step up on the podium here for them.
Tricks in for this one once again, continues to fill that hidden slot pretty well. Looked better in the first set than they did against Australia, but again, both of those hidden players were the bottom scores, and it just goes to show how difficult this map is on the hidden. The big difference is going to be the Hard Rock roster for the United States again, going for that overmod on Decaton and Rectigon, and we want to see that improvement from Decaton from the first set. A 200 max combo was almost the lowest in the lobby aside from Evil Grape on that hidden.
Decaton's playing this with HR. Okay.
You need to see the early combos for them. The United States looking
So is Milos.
3-4. Poland trying to close this
And
match out
Rectigon.
as they possibly can.
What was that miss by Milos?
Only won by 10k. All the chance in the world for Poland to let Malashevsky absolutely run away with this on the Nomad, and it's all gonna
Malazevsky only SS. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon.
and who's gonna be ready for these aim patterns, and both teams holding.
Captain broke. Rectigon broke. Evil Grape broke. Everyone just breaking. Evil Grape again.
Both finding the breaks on the modded plays for Poland right now. It's just Bashi Man on the FC for the US, but 2 no mod mod players for Poland. Malashevsky and Kosirek on the full combo right now. A third of the way in, and this is actually better for the United States despite that. There goes Boshyman, but Malashevsky instantly trades it out. And the early combos for the United States are just more consistent than the support for Poland. And that's really where the score lead is coming from. Dekaton's accuracy on Hard Rock.
Kosyarek's gonna push it the other way if he holds for a bit longer. Wait.
Work for the score, keeping it up there with the likes of that 99% Nomad FC from Kosirek, even with that break from Ethan.
Malashevsky needs to. Bro, everyone's breaking on Poland. Bro, stop breaking. Kosierek needs some help. Kosierek's like carrying right now.
And suddenly disaster for the United States. It's a four-way reset, and Poland, the hero they needed most, Malashevsky, he is not the one full comboing right now. It's the unsung hero, somebody who was playing in rank-restricted tournaments until not too long ago, somebody who was on their 3-digit World Cup team, who has been there through a lot of the downswings of
Kosierek!
OWC
Kosierek!
who is pulling off a ridiculous FC right now. He still holds.
Kosierek is 1v4ing.
He's holding through the space triples at the ending. 1,000 combos.
Why is 1v4ing?
The unknown hero, the Phantom Lord for Poland. He comes out of nowhere and 700.
Kosierek just 1v4'd.
But it's going to be more than enough to take Poland over the line into
He just 1v4'd.
and avoid disaster on a
He just 1v4'd.
And it is all falling apart for the United States. Kosierek has done more than enough. It's 100,000, but the combos break on the United
Not full 1v4, of course, but like,
100,000 score, improving from
if it weren't him, no one had any combo. Everyone was just breaking in his team.
in the lobby as Kosierek doubles their performance to carry Poland to the largest victory
Damn.
that ever could have mattered in this match. It was a point that everyone was uncertain about. It was a 10,000 score victory for the blue team in the first set.
Close your eyes and make a wish. Damn. USA got a lock in, or is Joe over? Bro, for real.
It is one more box checked for Poland. It is one step further of the 3 they need to send the United States packing for the 2nd year in a row, looking and standing over the hill as they are ready to go into their next pick. Now they must continue to win their own points. There is no room.
No way.
The United States lose their next pick. It's match point, and Poland has a chance to close it, but there's plenty left for the USA here. They have yet to go for that DT2. Still nervous on that side. It was a 250,000 score gap for them, and it was a big performance from Rectigon and Window Life to bring them through on it. And I, for one, am very surprised at not seeing that map picked out here. It was very, very confident for them. The United States maybe just a little bit too nervous when they are down at this point.
DT4.
Opportunity for slip up here.
You're playing
So much that could happen.
Ayoban, Resonance featuring Kosho.
They go for the higher AR gimmick DT map instead of the DT2. We have yet to see this against Poland, and picking the gimmick into them is definitely a strategy that I was
It's a 4-minute map of DT or so. Damn.
They have something up their sleeve when it comes to a map like this.
You have to imagine, yes, this map is gimmick, right? It is a lot of really key streams, a lot of axial detail patterning, a lot of aim control alt patterning, especially when you get into the second half of this map. These overlapping triples that form fake triangles to mess with your reading during the most difficult parts of the map. But it's also all at 225 BPM. So there's a really significant speed, stamina, and finger control component to this map that cannot be...
It's 225 not stamina, speed. Stamina, of course, a long map. 225 speed? They are 10.3.
Often look to Malashevsky, but that's often on a little bit less speed intensive DT4s, a little bit more tech and alt intensive. And yes, this map has those tech and alt elements, but for the United States, they're picking this, I think, mostly for the speed and mostly to leave up stuff like the DT2 and the potentially the free mod 3. that other more speed-focused map in the pool, because this is, you have to be confident on this if you're the United States, right? If you lose this map, well, suddenly it's break point for Poland. Suddenly it's match point for Poland. They are up 6-2 with their own next pick. So the United States, every pick they make,
Yeah, who's covered by my camera, by the way?
confident. So I have to imagine that they are extremely solid on this map, that they are not worried about that pop-off from Poland, that they know this map is either speed intensive enough, stamina intensive enough, or that they are just really
Golf
on the pick to not have to worry about that potential pop-off from Poland on this map.
And this is sort of that moment where the United States, I think, maybe have realized, you know what? We just always need to worry about Malashevsky and Milos. There is no map we pick in this pool where we aren't going to have to worry about that combo. So let's try and pick a map in the pool that we know we are confident on, and maybe, just maybe, there will be somebody to match that performance. And this DT4 being what I would consider one of the most solo carryable maps in the pool. If you put up an early big combo on this map, you could absolutely trash another team on this. And we have only seen one break from Poland in this intro. Meanwhile, the United States has already fully collapsed in these intro streams, and that is probably the easiest section of the map by far, if not the most repeatable. There is a couple more sections of that. These overlapping triples that are going to come up later are going to matter, but right now it is very, very far in Poland's hands. And like we said earlier, the United States knocking on the door of match point. Milos and Shedis are going to find breaks in this refrain section here, so it's now just Nahus and Malashevsky left up. Window Light and Rectagon, they've been the saviors for the United States on these DT picks, and they
Lock in.
must be in that position once again. The United States ready for that 3-5, but it must
Lock
come
in.
through here. Poland has been so strong. It's a four-way break on that intro triple pattern. That's the one I mentioned, and it's more from the United States, but it's just Malashevsky now for Poland. Window Light finds a break, and it's Rectagon who has gone pretty under the radar and will continue to stay there as they find a break. And Malashevsky, the #1 tournament player in the world in the Grand Finals right now here in
Yeah, GG's.
is sending the United
Nearly half the map done.
no chance that they have right now. 30,000.
He got 1K combo.
Just one more pattern.
He broke. He broke.
He does not find it, but it's 30,000 in favor of Poland right now. There are minimal combos on the United States, and one more of those from Malashevsky is going to send the United States down. It is looking
I believe Malashevsky
but it is not done.
can get another 1K
The big thing for
combo.
me is look at the accuracy for those two players who found the pop-off combos. Rectagon's up at 98, Malashevsky's down at 96. Rectagon is actually still top scoring this map across the lobby right now. You have 250k from Window Life, who has recovered and has this big combo again, and this there from Nahu's gonna mean more combo lead back the way of the United States. It is matched by Pez, but Decaton, Window Life are the two biggest combos in the lobby right now. Milosh is close behind with that ridiculous 98 accuracy. He's matched in the accuracy by Rectagon and matching the combo for Shedis as well. And here we go into the last third of this map. Shedis and Nahu's the first to break. Window Life, Malashevsky, Pez all finding drops as well on this next big section. These alt patterns are so disgustingly hard. Decaton, Pez, Window Life, Malashevsky, everyone on Poland has broken.
Rectagon.
Just Rectagon.
Red gun. Red gun.
Well, not the captain, I'm sorry. The pop-off player for the United States. Their single best player and the best tournament player in North America. Rectagon is holding on to the one combo through this most difficult section of the DT4 pick. He is putting on the carry pants the United States need. He is top scoring this snap and keeping them from that.
This point is red gun save. Yeah. This point is for US. US can clutch this.
The last quarter of the map well underway. More breaks to come out for Malashevsky, Decaton, and Nahus, and there's just nothing left but the best player in North America to continue holding this combo and
GG's.
bring the United States to the third point in the bracket reset.
Now who's broke?
Rectagon has gone so under the radar in this Grand Finals, has really not had too many pop-off scores. I mean, before this, it was berth on the DT for Rectagon at the 800k, and once again, Rectagon is going to do it. The heroics on the DT pool, and the United States on a DT4 that we were sort of wondering if they would be able to pull out, now lets them keep the double time 2 open.
GG's.
1 more point in their favor, and
4 miss
come to the front.
by Rectagon and 5 miss by Window Life. Damn. Milos also got 5 miss. GG save, yeah.
Should the United States steal that map away, it could mean the difference between tiebreaker and not. It all comes down to one of these next 2 picks. Either the United States wins or loses this breakpoint.
GG save.
One more away. Either way, we are down to potentially just 2 maps left if all goes wrong here. And Poland can be unshaken here. They cannot let any of these losses affect them. They must continue.
What will they pick?
For the maps that
What will they pick?
And the question is, what do they go in for? It must be that Nomad 5 you mentioned, David.
Nomad 5? I did not end up seeing Nomad 5.
Remaining, there's only 2 more maps here that Poland is going to have the ability to pick, right? So it gets a little hard to pick and choose. I think the Nomad 5 looks best on paper for them, but I mean, there's still some other stuff in this pool that we haven't seen yet that I think is still quite advantageous for them, or at least has a good potential of being quite advantageous for them. I mean, this Nomad 2, I think, looks pretty decent. It's a map that now is still going to be able to go in for. The rest of the team, I think, really likes this type of flow aim, streamy map. This one's really difficult to. There's the Fremont 4, I think, that could be pretty interesting for them. I mean, there's some pretty solid potential there with a lot of the very difficult,
Fremont 4, kick to the sky.
Train of thought is completely gone. All right, there we go.
Nomad 5.
So we are
Alright.
see, we saw some speed earlier that tends to get banned all the time, and Gimmick also happens to kind of be banned all the time. Not this time though.
This is actually entertaining like I expected. Oh, I just saved. Bro, this whole thing just nearly fell. We've been picking up seats for years.
They completely demolished that map.
I just caught it as it fell. Oh my god.
Difference, I think, in their finals match before. So this one is going to be a little bit different. This map, it's very flow aim focused, very flow aim focused for the most part. But it's going to feature a lot of snap aim doubles as well as like the main difficulty of the map here. But a lot of potential, I think, for a lot of players, a lot of different players. I think it's very hard to have a good grasp on. I think who's going to do well on this because it's not a reading map. It's somewhat gimmicky, but for the most part, it is just like a mixed aim map that just happens to be pretty low AR. And we are going to be seeing Honey Dip have come in for I think their first map in both matches. Kind of
This is how many seeds I've had till now.
Player for this kind of
Filling up my cup with them.
Usually going to be able to come in for these, basically just the gimmick stuff. Normally is really good on
Tried pushing them down.
techie picks as well, but I think the Poland roster this year is so well rounded that I mean it doesn't need to play it that much. We're gonna be coming for the first time on this one, back in Malachevsky, Evil Grape, and Milosh on this one. And I think this is a good looking roster for them. On the other side of
Do I think he's going tiebreaker?
so, I mean, USA is going to be bringing in their
I think it might. It might. We were talking about that earlier, actually. It might.
Caleb and Boshi coming in for this one. Honestly, Taquito too has not been playing that many maps, kind of like a fill player for this, but that's going to be the roster for the United States here, as Poland looks to bring themselves 2 match points in the grand final.
Let's see if they can convert this pick over to match.
I've been eating these seeds for like an hour and a half.
You have 3 opportunities to cleanly close out the grand finals to become the second team to beat the United States multiple times. Well, the only team to beat the United States multiple times, and the third team to have won OWC multiple times. If they're able to do so, but they've got to get some They've got to convert here, and they have to win another map afterwards as well. Some early breaks coming through across both.
Milos is covered by my camera, by the way.
For the United States, Malachevsky, Honey Dip, and Milosh.
What happened to Honey Dip's act? I just noticed.
And it is Evil Grape holding on
I mean,
to full combos for both of these teams on on some honestly ridiculous low AR alt patterning. Here these doubles start to come through.
Evil Grape broke. Milos broke.
On that big combo for Poland during the section. Milos also finding the drop to Keto and Caleb trading them out. But it's big combo now on 2 members for the United States.
Ethan Zach. Hello.
Bochy Man on the reverse choke. There goes Caleb once again. But Malashevsky also finds the drop. That's another big combo gone for Poland. It is Honey Dip and Evil Grape holding a little bit more combo for Poland. But the United States, they're still not bringing this over to their Chillier. It's 90 act for Ethan Tricks. He is gaming his heart out right now. And it's 96 for Evil Grape, 96 for Milosh, 96 for Malashevsky, 94 for Honey Dip. The accuracy on Poland just outdoing the big combos.
Ethan's clutching for the US. No, Ethan broke. Nice.
Boxyman also finding the break immediately afterwards. And it's still big combo on 3 members for Poland.
Poland has just needed to hold on for that one section. The United States, they're really good at comboing this sort of map, but the accuracy is doing all the damage in the world. You saw the maximum score gap they were able to put up with just a couple thousand. And look at these
Twitch chat and YouTube chat going crazy. One chat per life sentence.
Just cannot stand here. Poland is far too good at this sort of map. One more section of doubles here. I know we're just through the halfway point of the map, but this is a 4-minute.
Yeah, no, it's not going to tiebreaker. I doubt it.
Score difference between these two teams right now, and that is just an unfathomable margin. Remember, the longer a map is, the more the big score gaps matter, and 200,000 score on a 4-minute map is effectively insurmountable unless the United States somehow had a full combo sitting on their side, and there is just nothing that Caleb and Bochy are going to be able to do about this, regardless of whether or not Milos and Malashevsky were holding their combos right now. The United States needed something more on this map, and as we come into the final quarter, that is going to be Poland looking to pull out that.
Milos broke. Ethan too.
Malashevsky holds, the United States is going nowhere with these combos, and now it's going to be that 3-6, and Poland now officially knocking on the door of that first place.
GG's.
This is the doubles, and that is just going to be the nail in the coffin for the United States, now needing to
Evil Grape broke.
3 maps in a row, including a break point, in order to make it through this match.
They'll also need to go through tiebreaker in order to eventually win.
Not even badly played by US. 1.1 million score.
OWC is to find their 9th win this year.
Poland just better.
They have so much security in this match right now. They have a pick of their own to try and close this out. They have 2 picks from the United States to try and close this out. And if all else fails, they have access to that.
Where'd my phone go? I lost my phone. I just heard it buzz. Oh, it's here.
Before we even get to that tiebreaker, and it is a win nearly across the board for Poland on this map. The only member of the United States to score higher than anyone in Poland is Bochy Man. He's able to outscore Evil Grape and Honey Dip.
Nice Bochy Man.
All other members of the United States lower than the lowest score on Poland.
Damn.
That is a
not much you can do there.
Dominating win for Poland on that Nomad 5 pick. It is why they saved it for near the end of this bracket reset. And I think similarly, it's why the United States is picking into this.
Yeah, this is not going tiebreaker, bro.
This was the one.
Highly doubt it.
Be the pick they needed, you know, and I think that them winning that DT4 mattered more than you would have thought, because this is quite possibly one of the only picks left in this pool where the United States had a pretty decent advantage in the first set. Everything else was very, very close or banned. I mean, they had out of place. That was only 122,000. And of the maps that were picked in the other match, everything else was already gone. So this is the only pick retained now from that first set where the United States knows.
Only one more for Poland, yep.
Even then,
lock in.
Back of an unbelievable performance from Rectigon and Window Life that they need to see again. Then they need to take a break point from Poland and somehow find another map in this pool that they have not played yet versus Poland and win it as well. This is 3 points for the United States using only 1 break point from Poland, but it might be the biggest uphill battle they have seen in the entire double set that we have had here. And this DT2, no matter how confident it is going to leave the United States lost, potentially, for what that final pick is. Likewise with Poland, the nerves that you have to have after forcing the match point.
It's hard, yeah. Pause. It is hard, but pause.
Right there, waiting to take the gold. What do you pick? How do you pick? There's only a couple maps left in the pool, and if you don't have something that you are 1000% confident on, it's always going to be a do-or-die scenario for them here, and it could mean the difference between Poland winning or losing this match if all goes wrong.
As much as this map looks like a break glass in case of emergency for the USA, when you look at how this went the first time, you definitely said it. This was
Looks like US is losing or now? Oh, never mind.
Pez and Taquito had lower scores than most of Poland there. Actually, all 4 of them. So, you know, you will need these scores to come back here for this second time here, because Poland is just, you know, knocking on the door here. That's it. Like, you're out. There's no more second chances after this. One more map is all it takes for it to be all over. And
Come on, Grandpa Raffis. Grandpa Raffis can do this. I believe.
Rectigon finding a very early break in the United States, now down to only 1 full.
Don't know if you guys saw. Raffis said a 1K like what, 1 hour ago now?
Thus far, but you don't want to see the United States losing the combos this frequently in the early onset of the map. Meanwhile, Taquito, 93% accuracy, and it's a full reset for absolutely everyone except Rectigon. That only does favors for Poland, who maintains the score lead. And as we are a third of the way into the map now, it's Evil Grape versus Rectigon. Window Life not going to be that 600k that we saw in the first set unless we see a major turnaround. The wide angle jumps come through, and the #1 score for the United States from the first set must once again be the hero. We saw it on the DT4.
Yeah, Window Life's not getting that high of a score now.
Window Life to find yet another break. It's a double miss from Poland, and this score lead creeps back ever so slowly to the United States.
The United States has this one in the bag till now. Now who's an evil break, bro? Yeah, GG's.
Possible. Rectigon slider breaks, but it's Window Life with the combo. 60k for the United States and a third of the map to go. Dio, who is gonna take this into the end?
GG's.
Anyone's game at the pause.
It's anyone's game for now, but it is combo for Window Life. Nobody else with any major combo right now. You've got some on Nahu Similos.
Wait, Window. I did not know about this death stream. Wait.
Oh my god. Sliders. Everyone on
wait.
Oh my god.
Wait. Wait.
That might just be the game. There's nobody left with any big combo. It's Window Life and Pez.
GG's. GG's. GG's.
Probably going to that is Grand Finals. That is Poland winning OWC.
Cinema.
Every kingdom has its rise and fall. Every dynasty for the US, its beginning and end. And here today, the ghosts of the USA's past have come back to haunt them.
Last time Poland won was like 8 years ago or something, wasn't it? GG's.
To win OWC multiple times, and the most decorated tournament player of all time adds the greatest trophy to his collection.
GG.
They will always have a claim to the throne, but they will not win this year's war for the spot atop the world, losing once again to the best team in the world. Poland repeat history from 2017. Poland beat the US in winners finals, and they beat them again here in the bracket reset. Poland,
GG's.
OWC champions.
What a match to do it on. Poland, the only team in the history of the OWC World Cup to maintain an undefeated record against the United States in the battle for first place in the OWC World Cup. It started in 2017. They put it on the back burner for a few years, but by God, they were going to do it again in 2025 was their year. 8 years later, Poland stands back at the top of the podium.
Yeah, 8 years ago, last time they won. Cinema. Nearly 3 hours streaming.
Uncertain first set, a 7-1 loss in a match that looked all but over And Poland brings it back. Milos, Malashevsky, and not even just those two, but the entire roster of Poland.
Bro,
I
didn't even get to finish all my seeds.
Malashevsky, in any case, the #1 tournament player in the world, arguably second only to a select group of players.
It's our turn, Kerr. Next year, if I get 4-digit, I could play in the Portuguese team. Depends on my skill.
His team backed him up in beautiful, majestic fashion, and they will be your winners.
GG's. Cinema.
Huge congratulations to Poland. I mean,
Where are my coins? I won.
I love your narratives and how, undefeatable USA looks sometimes, but it's, 2 years in a row now, someone has managed to do it, and it's not even because they're doing that bad. Like, there are more and more teams.
Come on, give me my coins.
Now, and I think the highlight of this one.
I want my coins.
It's gotta be, it's gotta be Raptus, who has waited.
Give me my coins.
For this to happen again, gonna be finding a second OWC victory, first since 2017. You don't really get to see that.
Tiebreaker.
This might be
People want to play. Yeah, I want to see them play tiebreaker.
Gap in terms of years, only one player ever now. Someone can fact check that later, but I mean that's just gotta be wonderful for them.
I mean, what
Play
tiebreaker. Who survived from that 2017 Poland roster? The one player on their team who had actually won OWC before, and comes back. Poland, they finally have all the pieces of Exodia.
They're playing tiebreaker.
Card in their hand.
Let's go.
They don't lose early on. They don't get upset early on.
Tiebreaker. Let's go.
2023. They rebuild the roster for this year.
Oh, 7-minute long video. No video. Math.
From 2017, the one who is still truly active in high-level tournaments, and they managed to pull it off. This is a ridiculous storyline for sure.
Damn, my attention span isn't that cooked. I might stay here for 2 hours 45.
That, we talk a lot about, the end of a dynasty, the end of an era with last year's loss, and now they're second place this year as well. They didn't win OWC. Okay, yeah, they didn't win, but they've also been top 2 every year since 2015. They have been top 2 in 11 straight OWC World Cups.
Damn.
A ridiculous dynasty for the United States. And I think, obviously, still something to be proud of. There is a lot of pressure being on a team that has such a ridiculous history of success like that. And so for the USA to still be able to pull in rookies like Caleb and Ethan Trix this year and still have a really dominant showing throughout much of the World Cup, only ever losing to Poland once in the winter finals and once here in bracket reset, goes to show the depth of their player base and why that dynasty exists. We often forget to talk about the why behind that dynasty, but the USA of today is a completely different squad from the USA of 2015 when they first started.
Tiebreaker. Tiebreaker showing thing. Let's go.
A lot of teams in this World Cup, and I think it's very important after the Grand Finals matchup to, sort of look over what this year means for OWC 2026, because this happens every single year, which means that these countries need to constantly think about how do we make our roster the best it can possibly be for next year's OWC. And I have loved every single minute of this tournament this year for one reason alone. It's because so many countries have amazing rosters to go into next year with. People are talking about right now, Poland has won. They had a great year and all of that. What people aren't talking about is that Poland has a very young, very fresh roster. Rafis aside, who is Methuselah. But other than that, I think he still even is going to continue playing the game. And Poland with a roster that could come back next year and win the OWC World Cup yet again. They have a strong roster. They have a young player base who is going to want and come back and get a repeat win in this tournament. Likewise with the United States, they switched out a lot of their older roster this year, and I imagine we're going to see a lot more sub-outs for next year. That could potentially mean that we see a completely different roster from them. And there are more countries
USA
that we
cooked.
didn't even see in this grand final.
I hope Australia wins next year. Yeah, I agree with you, Carl.
For that top 2 spot for years. And if there was ever a year we thought they could have done it, it was this year. And they came short.
Rooting for your Australia next year.
On an underperformance on TV, and I still think that they could have done it, which means that their prospects for 2026 are as good as ever. And more teams on top of that. We saw Canada with a fully refreshed roster this year who did get knocked out in an earlier stage, but they made it farther than I imagined they were expecting to make it with a roster that was as fresh as they had. Germany completely made a switch up this year. South Korea lost a lot of strong players, but they still made it all the way through to the
Who just disconnected?
whole host of teams like New Zealand who cannot be
What?
understated this year.
Is there just not a player there?
Miracle run, and I cannot say that it was luck. They had the best
Am I stupid?
all-around team performance of the entire
He just disappeared?
in my mind, aside from our winners, Poland. They look so good as an overall roster, and I cannot wait to see what they bring to the 2026 World Cup too. And there is just so much more that we can look forward to in just a year's time.
I am very much looking forward to it.
Honey Dip just gave up.
Australia this year took the U.S. to tiebreaker as well in
I love
bracket grand
you.
finals. And they look to compete with a
Honey Dip
strong
just
roster
typed.
for
I
next
just
year
spelled
as well,
I love
right?
you there in the thing.
There's quite a few Australia and Australia-New Zealand tournaments that help to foster talent in that region. So looking forward to seeing what their roster is going to look like next year as well. Poland, as you said, I mean, the big elephant in the room is that South Korea, they had multiple players quit, right? They are the defending world champions, actually, and they were out in the top 6 this year. But they had multiple of their best players either quit or, as is so often the case with South Korean gaming players and esports players, military obligations, right? So it kind of interrupts the careers in OWC. This is not League of Legends, right? None of these players are literally faker, and they don't just get exemptions for it. Just to keep playing OWC year after year. So,
A lot of faker candidates, though.
A lot of faker candidates, but not quite the case here in OWC, unfortunately. So, for teams and countries that don't have that obligate service, you can look forward to similar teams next year, hopefully, for multiple of those who have challenged the United States this year.
Well,
I think for me, there's one.
yeah, bro, I'm just looking at Honey Dip's act right now.
Having been here for 20 years now, there's been this narrative for the longest time that the USA always wins. They got plot armor. They're
Like-
strong. I think a lot of people are always kind of looking down when they do good. I think it's a thing that we all have to deal with every time. But I think that narrative can be put to rest now. I
Honey
think
Dip's
that's
score is
something
kind of
where someone managed to So I think it's a very interesting change in landscape, like you said, Chill. You're kind of the start of a new era here with this one, where honestly, going forward, there's so many things.
half of the map done more
Very
than half. I
new
mean,
faces, a lot of very fresh players that have just some crazy potential, some returning players too that just keep getting better and better, right? So I'm very curious for the future landscape of OWC World Cup after today. But
bro, Honey Dip, improve your act.
to see Poland be able to take it back, though, I think
Honey Dip cannot play this.
be happy about. I think this was a
By the looks of it.
generational team for them to be able to assemble everyone on 1 year here. After a couple of their players kind of took a back seat or didn't play or didn't really have a full roster around them, well, now they do, and they prove that they can do it.
This is a new era of OWC, as I think that we've boiled this down to. We brought back the group stage. We removed the round of 32, so I mean we really backtracked to 2018 this year. By the way, that was the last time we had group stage and round of 32 gone. But
That's why they won.
Yeah, there it is. Well, funny enough, the last time we had a group stage in a round of 32, Poland lost in groups. So, damn, what a turnaround for Poland this year. But, you know, good things.
Oh, did I get my coins?
Statistics that we could go over that we're not going to
Not yet.
because they are really freaking boring. But, like, you know, the United States, fun fact, have never lost a point in a group stage ever, and that maintained through to this year.
Let's go.
Poland have never lost the Grand Finals to the United States. Continued
Yeah.
this year.
Where are my coins? My coins disappeared.
They did not become our
I voted Poland, did I not?
have an undefeated run in the OWC World Cup, but man, they came so close. That first set was just very rough for them, but they displayed the excellence that we expected of them in that bracket reset more than we
Bro, honey dip.
I mean, a 7-3 victory is as good as you'd ever like to see in a grand finals, and such a good time from them. It's always a pleasure to see this Polish roster play. All of these players are absolutely stellar at what they do and have been for so long. And of course, you know, I don't want to overstate Malashevsky, but to win as many tournaments as he has and not have an
Yeah, and this is nearly the end of the map.
is just so sad. And you know, I pray for, you know, teams like Australia that they also maybe have that chance one day, to all of the best players in the world to have the chance to win this tournament one day, because all of our top level players deserve it. I think everyone should get the chance to compete on this stage, and you know, we always wish that we could get more players up here on the stage, on stream every single year. And you know, it was a lot of the motivation, I think, behind bringing back group stage this year, to get more and more teams up here and you know, have a chance to play on a world stage like this. It's always great to see.
It is fantastic to see, and unfortunately, because it's unfortunate because it's not fantastic, but this is the end of the OWC World
C rank.
25. We've had our
Crazy.
show match, we've had our grand finals, we've had our bracket reset, and Poland, once again, are your OWC 2025 champions.
GG's.
Brought a second year in a row of loss to the United States. They have claimed victory themselves. They have repeated history from 2017.
GG's. What time is it? It's 9:30.
Chile,
1800
what
dip
else is
struggle.
left to say?
Struggle. He carried.
Well, you know, I
Played so good in the tiebreaker. What do you mean?
at every
He had
World
best
Cup
tech.
like that is always a solemn experience.
He had best
because
tech
you have to
in
do
the
a
match.
period of 12 months of waiting before the next one starts up again. Even with Laser Grand Arena being around for the standard community, it's always a sad day when OWC ends, but another joyous day for the players of Poland. Congratulations to the United States for their second place finish, and a third place finish for Australia, looking once again to make it all the way through here. And a major thanks to all of the staff who participated in the OWC World Cup this year.
GG.
One
Well
of,
played.
if not the largest staff teams we have had in the history of this tournament. Azer, I know you had a rough number of how.
What? He's happy. You can tell by a smile.
Watching the stream on both platforms, I know it's safe. If you've enjoyed, drop a thumbs up. I'm going to add what was it? I'm going to add chapters so you can skip forward once this VOD gets uploaded as, you know, a stream normally. I'm going to add chapters so you can skip forward to the match itself. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you everybody for the support. Really appreciate it. I'll make some videos this week. Stay tuned. They're going to be pretty exciting. And I'll see you next stream. Bye bye.
Bye. Chat, what do you think of Samosu now? What do you think of Samosu? Osu? Grind farm? Yes, sir. I just need to get something here to work. Alright. What I need to work usually here would be the restream channels. Where did it vanish to? Where did it vanish to? Help. Like, reset UI. Alright. I had to do this, chat. No. Oh my god. This thing's in. Oh. Okay, this is annoying. Now it just stays a fat blob. Blob. Okay. Don't go up there. Just. Okay, nice. Alright. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post this as a VOD. I'm gonna end stream here and I'm gonna start one like right now for Osu. So like you don't go for the VOD of Osu, but it's actually the Osu playing and it's actually the Grand. I spelt Grand Finals wrong. I just noticed after 3 hours. Alright, bye bye. I'm gonna start one. Give me 1 minute. 1 singular minute. Huh? Huh? Hmm. Switch on the light now, so I can goddamn see the circles. The circles. See the circles. See the circles. See the circles. YouTube. Why is this on upcoming? Coming. Oh my god, why did it go on the... Whatever, I'll just change the title of this. Oh wait, no. End stream.